right, anyway, so, 7 years ago, I made a joke about, oh, man. About doing a read-through of Umineko. It's on the screen, but if you're not reading, you just want to hear me talk. Obviously, that's where you want to read someone, you want to hear someone read a fucking VN. I'm a little nervous, sorry, it's been a while. So I said that we were going to do Umineko, and I thought it would be funny if it was, oh, we're just going to do it on leap days only. And when I made the joke, you know, the next leap day was so far away. Who cares? That's the problem for Future Joe. Well, now I am Future Joe, goddammit. And mistakes were made. Regrets were done. Reaping is great. Sowing is not. I, like, fucking, where's that meme with the girl that's crying when she's like, yes, joking about playing Umineko on leap day, and then next meme actually having to fucking play the fucking game. It's not a game. Anyway, so I messaged resident expert Umineko Kusoro and asked what version, and he told me that the one on Steam is fine, so that's what we're gonna do with no mods, no nothing. That's all we're doing. So Kusoro, sorry, I just hit the mic, defends that title viciously. Very, very important. Wait, are we really doing it? We are really doing this. I don't know how long for, but we are really doing this. I only have 10 streams to do this if I'm lucky before I die. I might die before I have enough time to finish this, so we're probably never finishing it. So, you know, like... question mark, because I can only stream it on leap days, and there's only a leap day every 4 years, so the 4 times 10 is 40. I'm almost 40. If I'm lucky, I'll get to 80. So I only have 10 streams to do this before I die. So I I'm probably gonna be dead before we're done with this. Okay? Do you know there are weebs? There are weebs in the chat. Obviously, there are weebs in the chat. There are dozens of weebs in the chat right now. Hundreds. There are thousands, millions if you count all the weebs that are watching this in the VOD on YouTube. Not on my second channel though. On a highlight, like millions of weebs are watching this live or in the past, or sorry, in the future, and we're in the past. That are thinking right now, hoping, hopium and copium, one in each nostril, that are like, you know what? He's gonna love this so much that he's gonna want to continue and do a full read through on stream. I think it's not that bad. I'm interested. I want to see where it goes. That they are on that. They are on that. This is actually pretty good. They're inhaling hopium. The more I read Umineko, exhaling copium, and then inhaling that back in. The more I find myself retracting earlier criticism. That's what they're doing, man. That's what they're doing. I'm kind of liking the game. God, it's not a game. I'm kind of liking the story. God fucking damn it. The weebs. That's what they're thinking. Anyway, I have the game ready to go, maybe. Let me see if I can get the game going first. It's not a game. Fucking hell. We'll see how it goes. All right, so Umineko When They Cry. So I launched the game to make sure, and then I heard the seagulls crying, and my dumbass thought that maybe the seagulls at some point were upset about something, and then when I heard the like cry, cry, I'm like, oh yeah, they do call that a cry, don't they? I'm like, why are the seagulls? Oh shit, there's a coffee. Hold on. So if you heard Lily, if you heard when the seagulls cry, do you think the seagulls are sad?
It makes me think of Prince.
Prince?
When doves cry?
Get out. Get out. Here we go. Get out. Sorry, I'm on a coffee and it has dairy in it, and I have to take one of my soon dairy pills because I'm very anime and I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant. We're figuring it out. In case you don't understand, they're called tsundere pills because soon I will be consuming dairy. So they're my tsundere. Get it? Because it's lactose. Get it? Alright, let's get the game on. It's not a game. Fuck. Alright. The music was really loud. There they are. They're oh, they be crying. Oh, they're crying. Oh, you can't see it. I'm jealous. That is not the right order. Still not the right order. There we go. Did it. It's in 4:3, so we needed a background. So that's the background. All right. So is it too loud? If you can hear it, it's too loud. All right, here we go. Okay, Citizen Kane might also seem bad in first half. Steins Gate gets good. I remember that. Oh man, oh man, oh man. 07th expansion presents Welcome to Rockin' Jima When They Cry 3. Oh, it's like Devil May Cry 3? I'm sorry, did we skip over 1 and 2? Am I gonna be confused? Alright, let me move some windows around. Alright, I can see Discord on the main page. And I can move my chat over to the left page, Delightfully Devilish. Alright, and the not a game has to stay here. Okay, I have Evolve going in the background. I broke my Evolve hiatus just for this, so I would have something to do when this is boring. Anyway, are we gonna read Umineko? Like, we're 23 minutes into this. You know what? That's not usually as long as we need to start. Let's actually get the game going. All right, so not a game. All right, so I want the text to be as fast as possible. How do I do that? Toggle volume. Oh my god, that's so much better. Oh, holy shit! Toggle auto mode if enabled for game. It's not a game. You know what? We need to have volume on, right? There's no slider. It's just volume on or muted. That's it. Okay, was Todd Howard involved in this? Start. Is there morbing in this game? Okay, so I'm guessing we have to do episode 1 because there's nothing else here. Episode 1, Legend of the Golden Witch. All right, you have my attention. Welcome to Rockin' Jima. The Golden Witch extends her heartfelt greetings. Please take it easy and relax for the time being. There's no need to think overly hard about any of this. Quietly accept all that is about to happen. That is all that's being asked of you. The difficulty level is standard. What do you mean difficulty? What? We might as well start by taking the easy road. All right, I'm getting some actual, like, no joke, some Deadly Premonition vibes right now. Like, seriously. How are there over 2,000 people here for Umi Who Gives a Fucko? Difficulty refers how easy is hard to figure out what the fuck is going on. Does it dynamically change the clues? Because that would actually be cool. We are here for you, not for the VN. That is not true. That is not true. Anyway, let's play. Let's read. All right, Legend of the Golden Witch. All right, is it time for break yet? No. Please switch sprites once you're in game. Nah, I don't think I will. Nah. Do you have any expectations going into this? Oh, so negative. So negative. Oh my god. Tips mode? What do you mean tips mode? Can I have just the tips mode? Ushi Romia Battler? Or Battler? The son. Oh, you know what? We'll read that when we get in. All right, this is 2JP 2 original. Okay. This story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature. What is the sound? I feel like I know the sound. Any resemblance to existing? Oh, I can't read it. Okay, that's great. It's a reading game and you've already fucked up. Again. Not again. It's so loud. Change the character sprites, please. You... Hey, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look bad, it just looks so different. I was expecting it to be a lot like more advanced or something because people were saying to switch, but no, we want this one. Switch to Japanese. This is way better. All right, okay. Oh, you know what, Kasoro? You know what? Maybe you were right, Kasoro. When you're right, you're right. All right. Did you get the fixed bugs pad? It's a VN. What bugs? Kasoro told me I didn't need it. Again. So you still haven't overcome your love of alcohol. The old physician let out a sigh as he removed the stethoscope. For alcohol, switch to the older spot. Okay, this is novel mode versus adventure mode all over again. All right, look, it's no different, chat. It's no different. Okay, original images. That is very different. That is so different. This is Count Dooku, and this is Anime Dooku. Holy shit, that is so different. Kinzo-san, how are they together? Okay, what does this guy look like? Be strong, Joe. Be strong for chat. All right. All right, then he finally what are we doing again? What's going on? Oh yeah, the doctor's visit. All right. All right, I only have 9 more streams to finish this before I die. Hold on, let's go. Come on. You don't have that. Yeah, I don't have long. You're right. Thank you. What precisely do you mean by that? Let us illustrate it with the chess game here. You have very nearly achieved checkmate, but you have not yet cornered my king. Nanjo's gaze was directed at a side table with a massive chess set placed on top of it. All right. How on earth did we get into this position? What the fuck happened? How did this pawn get here? What is this? It went here? It took a... Nah, okay, that's actually possible. What? Is this a valid position of the board? I guess so? I'd have to go through it. That looks so weird. En passant. Chess enthusiast that knows about en passant, thinking that they're gonna seem cultured and look like I'm so intelligent because I know en passant, posting in the chat after hearing someone mention chess. Do you know about en passant? Yeah, everyone knows about en passant. Who the fuck doesn't at this point? Fuck off with your en passant. I've known about en passant until I was 12. I've en passant with your mom. I'm sorry. I'm nervous. I'm going to the old habits. Black's rook and bishop were cutting deeply into enemy lines. No. Black doesn't even have a rook. Where's the rook? They're called castles, by the way. But, you know, we'll accept rook. White's king had already been castled and cornered, so that even an amateur could see that the match would reach its conclusion before too long. What the fuck does that have to do with? And every time Nanjo came to give a medical examination, both of them make a few moves. Yes, castling, no better sign that a game is about to come to its end. You might write of your regrets, or matters you have left unfinished. Things you want to pass down to others, or merely matters you wish to communicate. My only regret is I didn't hear the seagulls cry more. Anything you want, there is nothing I wish to leave behind. There's a lot of text on the screen right now, nothing. After I'm gone, I care not if it all goes to waste. Is it lagging? I desire no tomb, no coffin. Those were the terms of the contract I made with the witch. When I die, everything will be lost. Oh yeah, the witch! That has to be part of the promise. When Nanjo tried to gently pat Kinzo's shoulder, the dying man flew into a sudden rage and batted away Nanjo's hand. It's useless, useless, useless. Wait. It must be done while I still live. At the moment of my death, my soul will be devoured by the demons of the contract and wiped out of existence. For me, there will be no peace or another world after death. That's why everything must be completed before I go. That's why a will has no meaning for me, even if I had a chance to write such a thing, even if I did have such a chance. Kasuro thinks this is one of the best mysteries ever written. I'd want to see it. I want to see one more time. What does Balder think? I want to see Beatrice's smiling face one last time. Oh, Beatrice, why have you resisted me for so long? In Kasuro's defense, I remember him bitching hardcore about how much it sucked until he got to the part where it gets good 100 hours in. So even Kasuro of the past would agree that this is pretty bad, I think. I am prepared to lose everything, so please show me your smile just one more time. Beatrice, I beg of you. Please appear before me once more and smile. Feel free to scold me, even snatch away my life by your own hands if you so desire. Asking a woman to smile? That's a yikes from me, Chief. I don't want to die alone like this. I cannot let myself die until I've seen your smile just one more time. Ah, Beatrice. I offer this life of mine. I offer it up to you. I'm begging you, Beatrice. It crashed? Oh, there's... Devil May Cry. Oh, there's a clock. El Sai Kongru. Welcome to Rockin' Jima. The music was pretty rockin', I gotta say that. That wasn't a bad intro, I like that. Kinda gave me a little Chrono Cross vibes. Ha 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 ha, don't worry, Battler-kun. It shakes much less than the boat that boat did. I gotta say though, I do have to say, yeah, someone just said in chat too, this does look so soulless compared to this, doesn't it? Like, it obviously it's not AI generated, but it gives like an AI generated kind of vibe to it. It's like, oh, I'll update it, but I don't give a shit about these characters. I don't know what the fuck they're supposed to look like, you know? It's just whatever this design is, and I'll just make it look better, and I'm adding nothing to myself. It does look better though, I have to say. Oh my god, it's just hard to take this seriously. Merrick said it earlier, it feels like a Newgrounds game when it's like this. Oh. Anyway, let's keep going. Don't worry about. Oh, are we Battler? This is us. Yeah, is that you, George Anaki? Aniki? All right, let's see. I'm sorry, man. It makes the whole thing have like a different vibe, like some like baby's first online project. And here's my main character Sona, who's actually me, who's super cool and wears a suit and tie, who's going on this great adventure with my friend. You know, that's what. That's the point. Mayo, you've done this. You've read this. That's the point. I'm so. Oh, why am I disappointed? Why am I surprised? Biggest Gravity Rush fan? Really? Is this a step up or down from Gravity Rush? Oh my god. Up? Oh my god. Not only did I read it, I read it when it came out with the fan patch. Okay, not only are you watching me stream, are you angry that I don't have the fan patch on? Wait, it launched with a fan patch? Like, fan translated? Is that what you mean? What do you mean? Pulling it? What are we pulling? OG sprites best, new sprites best. Oh no, OG is win. But we like, isn't it fun to see like the new ones and then we go like boom? I'm the creator of the group and one of the devs who made said PS3 patch. Oh god, are you here just because the streamer is doing Umineko? Oh no. Your name kind of looks familiar to me, but maybe it's someone else. Oh, I hope to god you're not. Oh no. Oh honey. Oh honey. Oh, I hit the microphone. Oh honey. No man, I like it. Okay, phew. Okay. Stream is a fucking disaster. Alright, OG sprites are apparently the best. Okay, I want to see a few more characters with the new ones, and then we do original image jump scare, and then we will switch over to original and continue, I guess. The people have spoken. Ehehehe. I thought his name was Battler. You don't think I'm actually scared of the plane shaking or maybe falling out of the sky or something, right? Oh, of course not. My mistake. Ha 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 ha. Ehehehe. Oh, okay. That's an updated sprite. Is it an updated one here? Oh, he's upset. Oh. I'd passed 180 centimeters. Editor's note, 5'11". Respectable. I guess I have all that muscle training and those shady mail-order performance-enhancing drugs to thank for that. Alright, I'm getting some Ocarina vibes. I'm a little worried. Anyway, my name, Battler. Well, it's pretty damn weird, don't you think? I've got to wonder... Who are you talking to, bud? I've got to wonder what my parents were thinking when they named me that. Oh, that's your first name! Oh god, I've never met anyone who'd read it right the first time. I usually get called Sento-kun. Sorry, but that's not even close. I mean, it's not even spelled correctly. My name is written... Can you read it? No. The first part is my family name, Ushiromiya. That's a fairly plausible Japanese pronunciation so far. Thank you. I try. Since the Ushiro... I can't say this. Ushiromiya. I said it right earlier, didn't I? Just go Ushi. Ushi cousins consist of 2 boys and 2 girls. I end up playing with George all the time. Woo, Battler-kun, look how big you've gotten. You know what they say, leave a boy for 3 days and you'll hardly recognize him. It must be in his blood. Alright, we got 2 on the screen, here we go. That is very different. What is this facial expression? It's so different. Look at this. Look how, like, I don't know, friendly she looks here, and here it's like... Don't talk to me. Where's the bathroom? What the fuck? These are very alike. These two are very, very similar. Was this an attempt to make her look older than she looks here? Like, because I don't know how old she is here, but maybe she's meant to be a bit older. I like her tattoo. It is a nice tattoo. I like the tattoo. I want to get a tattoo still. I haven't gotten one yet. All right, his eyes are open now. Is his eyes open in the original? Oh, they are. Okay, that's nice. Okay, unbelievably, this version is growing on me more than this version. I'm not sold on the other ones right, but this is starting to look better to me than this for some reason. Exactly, Battler-kun knows how it works. Someone is knocking on the door, let's hope it's Lily. Alright, sorry, it was Kate. Interrupting Umineko Wednesdays on a leap. I know, right? This time is precious, and we're just losing it to my kids knocking on the door all the time. How many times has this happened? Is it break time yet? God damn it, it's not. All right, he's the husband of Dad's older sister. In other words, we're not blood related. Go on. He's nice to children, sociable all the time, and even quick to give out some spending money to us kids. Simply put, he's an awesome uncle. He speaks in an odd and very noticeable Kansai dialect, but he's actually a natural-born Kanto man. I imagine a man with your looks would leave girls crying left and right. Not only seagulls. This is George and Nikki's mother, Aunt Eva. Also not blood related. She's my dad's oldest. Ah, damn it. Who is this blonde, green-eyed with angel wings for her hair in Dragon's Den? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should close Dragon's. Okay, just getting people to join Discord. Okay, you know what? Maybe we're going to OG art the whole time. What the fuck is this? That is so different. Are these holes, love? How big are the moths in your closet? What the fuck is going on? Red Cross? Battler-kun. Okay, I was gonna make fun of the original, but sorry, I was gonna make fun of the new one, but both of them have it. Okay, time to put on my tie. All right, time to put it taut around my boobs, real like there. All right, real good. All right, now clip it underneath so it follows my fucking boob curve, and then loose after that. Here I go. I'm all done. Who is this a style I don't know? What the fuck is this? Have you seen Rudolph-san? Heh, maybe the poor geezer dropped dead. Namu, Namu, Namu. That's no way to talk about your own father. Still, this isn't the first time he's taken so long in the bathroom. It's shit. Yeah, that guy's always been that way. Does he really have to take a magazine with him every time he needs to take a dump? And what on earth is he doing in there with those particular magazines? Hi. Oh, you don't need to worry about that at all. Since we've been together, I haven't let him do that on his own. Hi. Oh, I have to get the juicy details later. Sounds like Dad's got his balls in an iron grip. You know exactly what would happen with that man if I didn't keep a tight grip, don't you? No kidding. I don't know who's talking. You're the only one capable of reining in that old bastard. As his son, I'm more than okay, now I do. As his son, I'm more than happy to let you take over. Yes, leave it all to me. After all, that's my specialty. This woman is my father's wife. As you can probably tell from our conversation, she's not my real mother. She's basically my stepmother. My real mom died 6 years ago, and Kairi-san is the woman Dad married afterwards. It's understandable for someone my age. I could never bring myself to call his new wife Mom. How about Mommy? And I'm sorry, chat. And I doubt she feels like using the word son on this massive kid who's no relation to her at all. We aren't little kids. We know there's nothing to be gained by fighting, so we decided we wouldn't force ourselves to pretend that we were family. I decided to act a bit more frank with her, acting as though she's a friendly neighbor instead. Friendly neighbor! Alright. Alchemist. Okay, someone in Dragons. Okay, Kasuro! You fucking own me well. I accept my ownage. Okay, 4 years from now, we are switching to the PS3 sprites. That is so much better. Okay, I'm putting that up on the screen. It's so much better. Look how much better. It's not even close. Holy shit. So owned. So owned. I need to remember for 4 years from now, on the next Umineko Wednesday on a leap day, that we need to use the Alchemist PS3 sprites. Let's just clap it out for Kusuro, who owned us all. Well done. Well, I hit the microphone again. It's in a new spot. Holy shit. I'm upset. Is there still time? There's probably not. It's much easier if we keep a little distance instead of forcing ourselves to act all close and making each other uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I formally challenge Kasura for the Umineko expert position. I have seen the live stage adaptation 3 times. Kasura, I think you just lost the title unless like you have something to counter that, because I just don't think it's possible to outdo that. There's no way. The owner has become the owned. Good night. Sad I couldn't watch it all. Oh, you're sad you're gonna miss this? Then, just when we were bad-mouthing Dad about being in the bathroom. Oh, our dad's not the kind of vampire guy from the beginning. Okay, Alright, what's this gonna look like? Okay, I feel like this might be the best one so far for capturing the essence of the character. I think they got this one right. Battler. Hey, what's up, Dad? Ow. Don't pinch my ear, gah. So you've been talking trash about me with Mom again, haven't you? What makes it so hard to show a little respect for your father, Ow. Damn it, that hurts. You can stretch my ear all you want, but I'm not going to be able to fly. That hurts. Is that a Dumbo reference? Come on now. Up, down, left, right, A, B, start now. Father. Now say, Father, please forgive me for being so rude. Like hell I will. Go find yourself some members-only store if you want it that much. Is this some weeb joke I'm too normie to understand? Gah, let go. Dad's full name is written... You can't read it, can you? You're right. Come on, it's just... Anyway, this guy's name is pronounced Rudolph. Haha, he must hate grandfather for giving him that name. I actually like the name Rudolph. That's a badass name. As the old bastard twisted my ear all over the place, Aunt Eva snuck up behind him and grabbed his ear. Hey, Rudolph, you should know better than to physically abuse your son. Yeah, that hurts. And Neki. Wasn't it with an I earlier, or is this a different word? This scene perfectly illustrated the relationship between the prankster younger brother and the older sister who could deal out punishment to him despite saying, yeah, I know! You don't need to tell me! We didn't... Oh my fucking god. Oh, sorry, I forgot what I was playing for a second because of all the interruptions. Yeah, we know! We did... Oh... Later on. This is the killer. Oh. This scene perfectly illustrates who the killer is. By calling them the killer, I am making an accusation, and that accusation is now going to have to stand. They're either going to have to refute it or accept it, and I have evidence to follow this up. Here we go. We don't need this. I think that's good enough for now, Eva Nissan. Make sure to stretch out his other ear later on, so they match. Oh, my apologies. I must leave some pulling for you to do, Kiri-san. Rudolph, make sure Kiri-san gives you lots and lots of punishment later on, okay? You're the one to talk, Aneki, abusing your little brother like that. Hideyoshi Nissan, I'd like to thank you very much for picking her up. If you hadn't been so generous, she'd still be unsold in the store. What? Who are you calling unsold? After taking 3 steps back, Aunt Eva unleashed one of her beautiful high reverse roundhouse kicks, which stopped just a centimeter away from the tip of my dad's nose. Sheesh, what a pain. What a pain. If this is your first stream, I'm sorry. But also, if it's your first stream, sometimes I will just say things differently, or we'll make a reference back to a previous stream without acknowledging it whatsoever. So you're just going to have to learn what those are. And if I ever say something that sounds insane or out of place, or why the hell did you do a voice there, it's almost always going to be that I'm referencing a stream that, you know, only 5 people in the chat at this point have seen all of them. You know, like, it's probably more than 5, actually. But yeah, sorry, that's just how it is. Joe Iceberg. Yeah, there's an iceberg. Wahaha. By the way, how's your little Ange-chan doing? I heard she was vomiting. Oh, that's right. And I was hoping to finally see her face after such a long time. Is she okay? Like, recreationally or in the bathroom right now? What do you mean? She often catches a cold when the seasons change. She's very frail. Oh, she's sick. Okay. I did want to bring her along, but we decided to have my family look after her this time. I think that's a wise move. She'll heal a lot better if she stays away from the venomous head family household. Okay, does the patch tell you who's talking? Because it's not happening a lot, but it's happening enough that it's annoying me. Like, who the fuck is talking sometimes? A child's health is... It does? Oh, for fuck... Kasoro! You know what? I respect the commitment to sabotaging this. Kasoro's gonna, fling the mask off, throw the cape around from himself, and say, "Mwahaha, I actually hate Umineko. Eat shit." The long con. That's what makes it a game. Oh, trying to figure out who's talking is the difficulty? Okay, you know what? You got me. That's true. Oh, who? Anu. Oh, Anu. Oh, damn. Hates Umineko. Wants to derail. Oh, damn. This is relevant to my interest. You know what? Could be a little bigger down south. Do we agree? Like, that's a bit of a lost opportunity. Maybe it's the angle. I'd be willing to see more. Sorry, you gotta join Dragon's Den. You gotta join Dragon's Den. Anyway, the weather forecast was being broadcasted, informing us that a typhoon was approaching the Kanto region. Pokemon? A typhoon again? Guess there's no helping it with the annual... It can't be helped. Annual family conference being held in October. Couldn't he have chosen a better season? I agree. I've always hoped we could have it sometime around the Obon Festival in mid-August. Okay, so is the guy at the beginning our grandfather? Your dad? In that case, why don't you suggest that to Father and Nissan during the conference? Very funny. Nissan's a car, isn't it? Why don't you do it yourself? Our brother would never listen to anything I suggested. No way. It doesn't really bother me that much to have it in October. I was just saying you might want to propose it since you said you hate typhoons so much. I only said that typhoons always come around this time of year. You're the one who said you wanted to move it to the Obon Festival, right? Well, you said it last year. Didn't you say that it would be easier to schedule during the Obon Festival? Oh my god, who cares? Oh yes, you did. I certainly wouldn't forget someone like that. No, I didn't. You're the one who's saying that all the time. Didn't you know? Stopping a kick just a hair's breadth away from the impact is a very high-level technique. Ooh. Okay, that was actually a pretty good line. She's women your age shouldn't spread their legs like that. What the okay, that's not a good line. What? This is a fucking roller coaster right now. What the... Dad and Aunt Eva's argument looked no different from a couple of brats quarreling. Okay. You're the only one who looks like a real adult, analyzing it all calmly. I hope I never turn out like that old bastard. I'd much rather end up as an intellectual adult like you, Aniki. Like me? Like me? Still have a long way to go. I still have a very little experience out there in the real world. I need to be able to work on becoming more confident and sociable. I think you far surpass yourself. Those counts, Battler Gun. I'm having fun. Right after graduating, he got into Uncle Hideyoshi's company as his father's aide, piling up a lot of real-life experience as he devoted himself zealously to his work. Also nepotism. It's a lot of nepotism. His great dream is to one day stand on his own and build up his own kingdom. Well, he's not going to be able to ever do that because of the start he got. You can't have like all the success and help at the beginning and then be like, I made it on my own. Like no, it's already done, and that's fine. Just let it go. It's already over. Oh my god, why do you guys keep posting shit in Dragon's Den? What the oh, if it isn't Rosa-san. Maria-chan, long time no see. Long time no see. Ooh. Maria, oh, two and one, alright. Oh god. Oh. Is that a chess hat? This... Okay, like... Obviously, very young child. And now it's like, what the fuck is going on? Which is incorrect. I think this one might be better with the new one. Oh my, Battler-kun, look how big you've gotten. Taller? Same height! Taller? Same height! There we go. Hi, whore. Are you enjoying it so far? I added the whore. There is no whore in that message. I'm not hating it. It's a bit slow, but it's okay. So how tall am I now? I guess she doesn't remember her own height. She's probably right in the middle of a growth spurt, so her height must change every month. Give it a few more years and she'll suddenly start looking feminine. Why would you think that? Ooh. Maria chat. Okay, this sprite is just a disaster. I'm sorry, chat. I hate this. This is so awful. Do you remember? It's Battler-kun. Maria. This is Battler Oni-chan. Rudolph Ni-san's son. Understand? The brother's son is... The brother is the son. Ooh-san was probably her brain going into overload at that complicated explanation. I guess the phrasing of that was a bit confusing. Ni or Oni, the title you'd use to refer to an actual older brother, can also be a friendly honorific for a boy who's only a bit older than you. It's just like Ni or Oni, the word for big sister. Like with Purple-chan. Maria-chan, this is Battler-kun. He's your cousin, like me. Like George Oni-chan. This part of Aniki is what makes me really look up to him. That he knows how to talk plainly. For someone who isn't married, he's just great at dealing with kids. Oni-chan, that's me, Battler. Nice to meet you, Maria. Ooh, Battler. Maria, you mustn't talk to him like that. Call him Battler Oni-chan. Okay, Finn is almost 9. He's like 8.5. Is there something wrong with this kid? Kate is 5 and is more advanced than this kid. Oh, there is. Oh shit. Well, don't I look like an asshole now? Thank you. That's all right, Aunt Rosa. I don't sweat the small stuff. Thanks. Hey, Maria. We're close enough now so that we don't need honorifics, right? Battler, Battler, Battler. Ooh. That's right, Maria. We horsed around for a while to make up for the 6-year gap in our friendship. She probably still thinks of me as nothing more than a big new friend, but things will probably work out as we get to know each other again. But I'm surprised. She's just the way I remembered her being 6 years ago. Seems that people just don't change that much after all. In the 6 most formative years of your life, I'm a bit happy that she's still the pure, innocent girl I remember. The old bastard and Aunt Eva have this annoying urge to tease and mock people all the time, but even though she shares their blood, Aunt Rosa isn't like that at all. She has the most common sense among all the siblings. Like Uncle Hideyoshi, she's a kind aunt who will always be on the kid's side. However, possibly because she's more strict as a parent, she's not liberal with handing out spending money like Uncle Hideyoshi. And that makes her cringe. We had to go through a metal detector before going out on the runway. Our small plane wasn't as massive as an international flight, but it was still a plane. Oh shit, you're back. No, just for today. And then I'll be back 4 years later for the next Umineko Wednesday on a leap day. Okay, you two, stop fooling around. It's just such different energy. What? That's just so different. What the? It's like a completely different character in my head. It changes so much context. Ooh. It, like... actually makes them come across as more normal instead of like anime bullshit caricatures. I can't say that word very well. Does that make sense? You feeling that or no? Am I off there? Less like Xenoblade characters. For no reason at all. How's K? Legend of the Golden Witch. This was the prologue. Ushiromiya Battler. Okay, how many of these are we gonna have? Who are these? I don't know these people. Oh, I do know these people. Genji. I remember Genji. I don't know the other ones, though. When do we parachute out on the virtuous mission? Okay. Should have taken the boat. The boat. Fall. Fall. Ooh, 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 ooh. Maria, that's enough. Would you like to go to Egypt with your aunt? Nah, it's in Persona. Ah ha ha ha. It's so hilarious. Ah ha ha ha. Is it? Wahaha! 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 Ooh. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. Why are we... So we're taking a plane to go on a boat? From there on, we will be taking a boat to the island. George Nissan. Oh, we missed it. Oh, that is very different. Holy shit. Yeah, yo, Jessica, what's this now? Sorry, I was Joe on the phone for a second. You're kidding me. You look like a woman now. What are these boobs? He said, gesturing. What are these boobs? Even you managed to get a chest. I hit the microphone, sorry. Let me rub them. Oh, for fuck's sake! What the fuck? Mayo! Why? Notice from Mouse. Joe, as the new official resident Umineko expert, I need you to stay strong during this part, even though you're going to want to turn the VN off. I promise you it's okay. Oh, you knew! You knew! Umineko fans in the secret lab where Crude Oil made that website, combing through all 1,000 hours of this experience for the parts that are going to be the lowest low. We need to ease him into this. We need to tell him that it's not always going to be this bad. Oh no, the worst part, the turbulence of the plot is coming up. Quick, quick, quick. Throw the disclaimers, quick. Damage control. Hey, don't drag me into this. You know what I meant. He meant, you know. Don't screw around with me. I'm a blushing flower of 18. That was your response. That was your... What is this a uniform? What does this mean? Why do they all have it? Of course my hair grew longer and I got these. What, you think I got boobs just to get fondled by you, loser? I don't mind getting fondled. It's I just don't want to get fondled by you. If you were more of a chat, I'd be on board. But no, not you. Don't screw with me. I'll show you how much training I've done since back then. You're pissing me off. Or is there a winking one? Oh, there is. Wrong eye, though. Wrong eye. She's Dad's older brother's daughter. What? So she's your cousin, and you wanted to feel her up. The older brother happens to be the oldest son of the Ushi family, so for now it means Jessica is the direct family. Okay, are you trying to make me feel like Maria? Because it's the common. Just say it plainly, cousin. She is a fighter in the official Umineko fighting game. That's not a thing? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Whoa, what are you getting all serious for? Ow, ow, ow. Hey, this is nothing. Jessica, you've gotten weak. Shut up, I'm a girl, so of course I couldn't be the guy with physical strength forever, right? Well, you've got a point there. The meat I put on my arms all went to your chest. It looks like it'd be a pretty even test of strength between my arms and your boobs, don't you think? You know what? For no reason at all, we're at 2 hours. Let's take a break. Be right back. I'm gonna go pee. Alright, I'm back. Bumblebee851 with the message, hi whore, open parentheses, formal, close parentheses. Alright, let's continue. I told you, my boobs aren't for you to feel up. Besides, how about you? Did your cute little elephant son get a bit bigger to go with the rest of you? Nice! Reversing it on, yeah. My bulge isn't for you to feel up. Stop it, idiot. No, you perv. I'll be ruined for marriage. Don't touch my crotch. Don't say stuff people are gonna misinterpret. Honestly, I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I had to joke around like an idiot to hide it. Yes, joke. 6 years ago, 6 years. 6 years. Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was. Yeah, where were you? In stasis with Goku? Total defeat. It's like I'm no match for you anymore. That's not true. Even Battler-kun must have his weaknesses. Right, Maria-chan? Someone in the spoiler chat said that they hate it that I'm pronouncing it that way, so I will now lock that in and say it for the rest of the playthrough. I went in spoiler chat to say your VN sucks, by the way. That's why I went in there. That's not true. Even Battler-kun must have his weakness, right, Maria-chan? I said it again. Fall. What have we here? Oh. Actually, that's pretty close. Pretty close. I could never forget you, Kumasawa-ba-chan. After all, you haven't aged a bit in these past 6 years. If anything, I'd say you're looking younger than ever. Oh, lately my skin's becoming quite smooth and silky. And look, hasn't my chest gotten bigger as well? Alright, what the fuck are we doing, Umineko? How'd you like a little feel? You're kidding, right? My breast fondling is strictly limited to bouncy girls. Oh, I was quite bouncy in my youth. Don't be shy, fondle to your heart's content. Gah, give me a break. It's girls I'm looking for, not grannies. The jokes I'd crack about Jessica were being turned against me. Come to think of it, Kumasawa has always been the type to tease people. When did the cliff stop? Mouse? When are we at the bottom? How old is she this year again? She must be pushing 80 at least. It's incredible that how many Umineko leap days has she gone through? It's incredible that she's able to act so cheerily. You just seem to get who the fuck is this? Right, Rosa, okay. You seem to get more lively. Oh, that's right. Here you are. It's the tea I told you about before. Look, I bought you some. Please do try it later on. Aunt Rosa took a souvenir bag from her suitcase. Personally, I don't think we look alike at all. I mean, I don't even want to be like my parents. Now, you shouldn't say such things. Why is it lagging again? Giggle, though there are quite a few people who don't want to be like their parents in our family. That's me. You sure as hell better not take after me. What the fuck are you talking about, woman that just married into this a couple years ago? You're a baby to this group. Boom. You sure as hell better not take after me. Your nose looking like mine already pisses me off. What are you talking about? You're surprisingly like you and father. Come on, you can't be serious. Just how am I like dad? You're a lot like him, especially in how arrogant and prideful you are. Father's blood is especially strong in you and Nissan, wouldn't you say, Rosa? Oh, absolutely. Cross Nissan and Rudolph Nissan are almost unbelievably like dad. Alright. Already. Why am I the only one under fire from the girls? Hide Yoshi, Nissan, give me a hand, please. My, Rudolph-kun, you're always so popular with the ladies. I'm jealous. Wahaha! They're his sisters, bro! Get on the boat together. Ooh. Everyone gets on together. Ooh. Oh, we're not even on the boat! I thought, oh, silly me, I thought we had gotten on the boat and we had arrived at the island. And she had met us at the... So she went down, got on a boat to meet us at the other part to get on the boat with us back there. Okay, alright. Would I rather be in a plane crash or would I rather be in a boat crash? Boat has more chance of survival. I don't know if I want to survive a vehicle destruction in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. You're playing Umineko, of course you don't want to survive. Actually, I'm reading it. Lawyered. Anyway, it's the captain's pride and joy, a kind of modded high-speed boat. Seems he's got it pretty souped up. Alright, this better be plot important. There better be someone who dies at some point, and it's like, the only way they could have gotten away in time was if they were in a really fast boat. What's with the insignias? Damn, I'm glad the manga cuts out this boring shit. Oh, does it? So it's like Steins Gate all over again, huh? Alright. Ooh, fall. Whoa, it's shaking. Gonna fall. Ooh, gonna fall. Wahaha! Battler, what the heck are you doing that for? Wahaha! Jessica-chan, Maria-chan, it's not nice to tease. Who the fuck is talking? Battler-kun, if you're scared, then just don't come out on the deck. Heh. That's a no thank you, Aniki. Shipwreck victims are always the ones inside the boat. You can't get me. The survivors are usually those on the deck during the accident. So I'm staying right there. Accident, but it's shaking. I'm gonna fall. Whoa. Shake, gonna fall. Ooh. You better be able to overcome a little scare like this. Otherwise, you'll never be able to go to Egypt with your aunt. Whoa, Aunt Eva, you're so mean. Oh, I'm gonna fall. Life jacket, parachute. Whoa. Wait, gotta spin it around and think that way. What's the enemy aiming for? Is he doing this to scare me? If that's what he's aiming for, too bad. Like, hell, I'll be scared. Okay, like, I don't know. Is this worse pacing than Steins Gate? It's in the same area. We're comparing turds. Sorry, we're comparing turds of pacing. Maybe the story overall is better. Sorry, I needed to clarify that. Like, it's just... Is this worse than Steins Gate's pacing? No, I'm gonna fall. I lost in that strength contest earlier, but I'm glad to know. No, I'm no worse off where it really counts. But seriously, ha 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 ha! Damn it, go ahead and laugh. One of these days, I'm gonna find your weakness and get back at you, and then your boobs will be mine to squish. Ahaha, yeah, sure, good luck with that. Wahaha. Ugh, Battler all week. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip, so I tried to think of something harmless to talk about. Hey Jessica, your boobs! Before I had my exams, my parents kept pressing me about it over and over. I thought it was annoying then, but now I'm grateful. Ha, I knew it. Nerd! Hi. Battler-san, have you still not returned to your parents' home? Well, I kind of go back now and then. I've got lots of clothes and stuff left at the house I was living in until recently. Battler has 2 houses? Something like that. Yeah, what's going on here? This is kind of weird. Why? Why do you have 2 houses? Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced this naive question. However, the others just shot nervous glances at me, choosing not to respond even though they knew the answer. Maria, look, you can see the harbor now. What's the answer? Datapon wants to know the answer? That's interesting. Can we talk about that? No? More fucking boat shaking. Oh my god. Ooh, let me fucking touch your boobs. Squish, squish. No? Look over there. Can you see it? Saw the harbor, saw the harbor. Apparently Jessica was trying to be nice by changing the subject. For these last 6 years, I've been living with my grandparents on my late mother's side, and I've been using her family name. When those grandparents passed away, one after the other, I basically had no choice but to go back and live with the old bastard. I didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. The way that old bastard betrayed my mom. Well, unfortunately, I still haven't fully gotten over it. And you're letting him, like, pull your ears and shit? And joking about him taking long dumps in the bathroom? That's kind of weird. Huh. Ooh. Only people connected to the Ushi family ever go there. After all of Rakanjima is an estate possessed by the Ushi head family. Only the Ushi family lives there, and only people connected to the Ushi family come and go to and from there. I'm getting the impression that maybe we were expelled. I'm not sure. There's nothing there except the harbor and a mansion for the Ushi family to use, because the Ushi family mansion is the only mansion on the island. It is the only house that's on the island, and the harbor is used only by the Ushi family. The vast majority of the island is still just uncultivated forests that are owned by the Ushi family. Such a waste when it could be made into a nice golf course or something. What? No? It's better like this? However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach for the Ushi family, it starts to sound pretty magnificent. You've probably guessed by now, but to put it simply, well, the Ushi family is just rolling in dough. Come to think of it, I guess that makes George, Nikki, Jessica, Maria, and me wealthy, high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us think of ourselves that way at all. Speak for yourself, bud. I don't see myself as being rich, and George and Nikki, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Yeah, okay, alright. From the perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills, we really have been blessed with a lot. This isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyway, it's the same as not being able to choose the parents you're born from. I didn't ask to be born into a rich family, and I don't think it's really something to be envied. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your Yeah, it's true. That's true. Yep. It's so hard. Ooh. Gone. What's wrong, Maria? Did you drop something? Ooh, gone. Ooh, Maria kept yelling, gone. At first it sounded as though she dropped something, but while she shouted, she also pointed out over the ocean. Since my last memories of this place came from 6 years ago, I was able to spot it before Nikki, who comes here every year. If I remember correctly, wasn't there a torii or something on top of a small crag around here? How could Beatrice do this? Gone. Ooh. They say an enormous lightning bolt came crashing down one evening and smashed the shrine. The fisherman whispered that having a thunderbolt fall upon our honored tutelary god must be a portent of approaching misfortune. A portent of misfortune. Am I saying that word right? Portent. Portent? Tent? Like a tent? Like that hard of a tent? Really? Portent. Really? Anyway, one for the road.
Queer ass. Queer ass.
Poor tense. I don't think that's right. Enough, Kumasawa-san. Maria isn't old enough to get that kind of joke. Okay, neither am I, apparently. It's okay, Maria-chan, it's just a coincidence. Nothing scary is gonna happen. Misfortune. Misfortune. Maria muttered that word over and over. Hey now, Maria. If you say it over and over like that, misfortune will really end up happening, you know? Ooh, misfortune is coming. Ooh, she apparently sensed some kind of misfortune in the cloudy sky. When are the seagulls gonna cry? I was told there would be crying seagulls. Or do they only cry when someone's been murdered? She's been muttering that nonstop for a while now. Girls at Maria's age tend to be very impressionable. She's just about the age that many girls start to get excited about sixth senses and whether they have any psychic potential and stuff. What? For all we know, this might be due to her childish, sensitive nature. Ooh, nah, rain that doesn't end. Clouds that never clear. I don't like this character. Ooh. Maria started yelling, ooh. Yeah, we know! She did it twice! It looked as though she was having a tantrum because no one could understand what she was trying to say because all she was saying was ooh. What in the world is Maria trying so desperately to warn us about? Unable to understand her because she was just saying ooh, we couldn't help but feel a vague sense of misfortune. Rumor has it that long ago, Rockin' Jima was less rockin'. Kumasawa-san, let's not talk about that now. Haunted? Just as Kumasawa-san was about to tell some kind of story, Jessica sharply interrupted her. Yeah, God forbid we have something creepy and interesting, Jessica! Jessica's tone was extremely firm for her, and speaking of firm... I wanted to push her further just out of simple curiosity, but judging from the look on Jessica's face, whatever Kumasawa's Bachan was likely to say would probably make Maria even more uneasy. Uncle Hideyoshi showed up in her place. Since he'd arrived mid-conversation, he completely failed to notice the complicated atmosphere that hung about the scene, so he refreshingly and unwittingly swept the atmosphere aside. So in the end, it was his lack of tact that brightened the mood. Just let him talk. It looks like we're almost there. Okay, just a bit more. Took forever at the speed we went today, didn't it? Wonder whose fault that was. Wahahaha. Uncle Hideyoshi, give me a break already. Tahaha. Aha, come on, don't stop there. Seriously, thanks to Battler here, it's taking forever. Ooh, I also hate you. Maria probably thought that everyone was refusing to listen to her. She hung her head, wearing a fretful expression. Go bother your mom! As she did. What was the lag there? George and Nikki crouched down to meet her eyes and spoke to her kindly. Maria-chan, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because we're all together. When's George gonna die? Just go. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, is there a memory leak? Do we need to restart it? You know what? I can't believe it. I'm gonna save it just in case it crashes. Oh my god, the portraits. All right. Oh wait, we haven't seen the full portraits. What the fuck are these mint shoes? Why is this making me feel like a SpongeBob SquarePants character? I don't know what is this pose? Just what the fuck? What? Okay. Oh. Ooh. Mouse movement pauses text. That's right, exactly what George and Nikki said. If we stick together, there'll never be anything at all to be afraid of. Right, Jessica? Yeah, no doubt about that. George Oni-chan, always true. Yes, I don't lie. He lied, so trust me. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together. Yeah? Together. Ooh. Hey now, what's going on here? Maria-chan didn't get seasick, did she? Haha, well, something like that. We'll be arriving soon. The harbor was already drawing near. Are we actually gonna get to the island? Uh-oh. Welcome to Rockinjima. We do hope you enjoy your stay and this experience of a lifetime. It's going to take a lifetime to do it. Yep, that's true. Thank you, achievement. We hope you enjoy your stay. The boat gave a big shudder. Seems we've docked at the harbor. The boat driver came out and jumped to the pier with the mooring rope. Why is there a helicopter? Welcome home, milady. Oh god, Redditor. Pretty close, actually. I think maybe I prefer the new one for this one. 6-year gap, 6 years ago. It is an honor to meet you, Battler-sama. I'm pretty confident about my height, but you're huge. 5'11", bruv? What? If there's anything you need, please feel free to rely on me at any time. Goda-san, it's been some time. It's been too long, George-sama. Please allow me to assist you. Are we going to do this with every character? Goda-san then lent a hand to everyone as they disembarked, greeting them as they passed. His speech and mannerisms had the refined polish of a professional. Yep, we just saw. He was very graceful in contrast with his initially tough-looking appearance. His large size made him seem a bit scary at first, but he was much more polite than my first impression had led me to believe. He claimed to have served on the island for 2 years, but he had doubtless worked at a similar job somewhere before. I'm starting to think that this could almost quite literally be half as long. If you say everything twice, you could cut it in half. 12-hour video, by the way. Oh, maybe, let's be generous and say that there's some extra stuff in here, so you could take it down by a third. A third. Now I think about it, that must be why I felt something out of place for a while now. Can't hear the cries of the seagulls. Oh, it's happening. Chat, it's happening. Seagulls? The birds? There are no birds here. If I remember correctly, whenever we came to this island in the past, seagulls always greeted us with their lively nya-nya cries. Not having those seagulls here to greet us made me feel a bit lonely. Ooh, wanted to see them. Still, it's a bit strange there isn't even a single one around. Maybe Jessica grilled them all and ate them, and that's how her boobs got so big. Ooh, the hell, don't say disturbing stuff like that. You'll get Maria believing it. Ooh, Jessica Oni-chan grilled them. Jessica Oni-chan grilled them. Ooh. I did not. Why the hell would I do something like that? That's right, Jessica grilled them. Skin and meatballs, liver and onion. Ew. Swim in meatballs, liver and onion. Ooh. Ah ha 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 ha. As I made fun of Jessica, Maria tagged along, looking like she was having fun. Yeah, we know. Ooh, I never guessed she was such a good sport. Alrighty then, from today on I'll make you my #1 follower. As I smiled at her, she beamed, looking overjoyed, possibly because she was happy about this little connection we'd made with each other. Battler Kun, Maria-chan is a naive girl, so she takes even jokes seriously. What about odd jokes? You should choose your jokes more carefully. George and Nikki gently scolded me, and because it was George, who I respect and I love so much, heart of the family, I bowed down and said, you know what, George? You're right. Sure, my bad. Maria, that was a joke. The seagulls are all taking it easy in their nests today, that's all. Battler lied? George Oni-chan told the truth? Yeah, he always does. Had she actually been tricked despite all the fun she was having? Her pure eyes made me feel guilty. Maybe I went a little overboard with her after all. Yeah, that's right. What George and Nikki said is true. The weather's bad, so they probably went home for the day. This reminds me of the time that I told the kids that if they wash their hair with dog shampoo, they turn into dogs. Went too far with that one. Went way too far. It doesn't mean they're gone. They were not happy. Right, Aunt Rosa? That's right. Ooh. 6 years ago. So far, I'm liking the music and voice acting. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Even 6 years ago. This place is always so amazing. It would be wonderful to have a rose garden like this at home. Give it up. Who do you think would take care of it? Roses are a real pain, with bugs and diseases to worry about. Well, from what I've heard, Kairi Nissan takes care of her rose every day and makes sure no bugs get anywhere near it, right? What? Huh? What are you talking about? That's right. Though in this person's case, the rose goes after the insects like some nasty carnivorous plant. Oh, so that's what you mean. Come on, Rosa. Can't you give that a rest just for today? I put that sort of thing completely behind me. What the fuck are you guys talking about? I wonder. After all, you're a womanizer on an almost genetic level. No need to worry, Rosa-san. When a rose gives you too much trouble, it's always best to snip it at the root. Snip, snip? Snip, snap, snip, snap? Ho, 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 such frightening talk this is. Guys who are popular with the ladies are always forced to live dangerously. I sure hope I turn out a bit prettier in my next life. Hideyoshi Nissan, like I keep saying, it isn't like that at all. And Kiri, stop it, you're freaking me out. You've made my rose wilt. Oh, they're talking about his penis. Alright. My bad, sorry. A little slow on the uptake today, I'm sorry. Ooh, Oni-chan. Ooh. Maria pointed at a single rose. I immediately understood why she found it odd. In the midst of all these magnificent roses, one single rose was starting to wilt. There wasn't any particular reason. Some roses flourish and others wilt. That's all there was to it, but Maria seemed very concerned about the only unhealthy one in the group. I am so bored. Let's just fucking go, please. It must have made her feel lonely. Holy shit, so you feel sad for this rose because it's the only one that isn't healthy? Ooh, the others are all healthy, but this one's sad. Well, they all bloom and wither at their own paces. I'll bet this one's just starting to wilt early because it got to bloom before any of the others. Well, oh, I read that already. Yeah, that's right. It probably just bloomed like crazy, fulfilled its duty, and went to sleep. The symbolism. You shouldn't get so worked up about it. Ooh. Nice going, Aniki. Wow, he's so good with kids. Georgie-san has always been really understanding. Could we stop sucking this guy's dick? Oh my god, every scene is just like how great George is. What the fuck? Can't help but respect them. Yeah, I guess he was just born that way. We've got to start picking up tips. George should always be on screen. If he's not, all the rest of the characters should be saying, hey, where's George? Which is how the boys were watching Jurassic Park last night, by the way. Whenever there wasn't a dinosaur on the screen, it was like, hey, where's the dinosaurs? Joe, if you think this is boring, you should try reading Higurashi. I'm not exaggerating when I say it takes 6 hours for anything interesting to happen. Then after some interesting stuff happens, it's back to 5 hours of absolutely nothing happening. What is it about the weebs just always having a worse game? The grass is always browner on the other anime. What the fuck? Every single time, Steins Gate, oh, this is fucking nothing compared to Umineko. And now we're playing Umineko and it's like, oh, this is nothing next to fucking Higurashi. And then we're gonna play fucking Higurashi and it's gonna be like, oh, this is nothing next to fucking Angel Doku fucking meh. Like, oh, what the fuck? There's fucking 10 hours and nothing happens, but I still got through it because I wanted to be on my fucking anime list. Here we go. What the shit? Man, this is nothing compared to the Fate visual novel. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Umineko, we're already with the Nekos. Here they are. I need to calm down. Sorry. Hold on. Let me take a swig of water. Oh, hey. If it isn't Canon-kun. It's been so long. How are you doing? Uncle Hideyoshi suddenly shouted. In the direction he was waving was a slender boy. What is okay, like, oh god, what's this? Are you looking for someone and they're this tall? Good afternoon. I figured he was probably younger than me, and I realized by the general atmosphere surrounding him that he was another servant. Why does he have the insignia then? You don't have the insignia. You don't have the insignia. It's only family members that have the insignia. Oh, you don't have the insignia. You do. You do. You don't. You do. So is it only blood relatives that have it? Because you're not blood relative. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it with the... How do we get to the new ones? Oh, you do! It's down here. Okay, it's hiding. Okay, maybe he has it on his back then. Battler-sama, allow me to introduce you. This is one of the servants of the Ushi head household. Canon-san, greet our guest. Be our guest, greet our guest. I'm pleased to meet you. I am the servant, Canon. Canon-san. Could you perhaps give them a little more of a greeting? No. Because we are furniture. What? What kind of mansion is this? Okay then, nice to meet you. I'm Battler. I'm 18. How old are you? He fell silent, as though wondering whether or not it was a question he'd have to answer. If I remember correctly, Canon's 2 years younger than us, so 16, right? Yes, that is correct. Okay, what are you hiding? It looked like he would prefer not to tell us his age if given the choice. This was probably because he thought we'd look down on him for it. I remembered that when I was around his age, I hated being asked how old I was by adults. I see, 16, huh? That's gotta be a delicate time. 16, I remember being 16, yes. Now that I'm a man and mature at 18, yes, which means I probably asked something I shouldn't have. Just be cool and call me Battler, and I'll call you Canon. Thank you very much. But the sentiment alone is sufficient, Battler-sama. Jessica looked panicky for some reason. She seemed to think my impression of Canon was getting worse because of his refusal. Well, as a girl, Jessica probably couldn't understand the fretful male heart at this age. As his elder, given by just 2 years, I took it upon myself to be understanding of that. What the fuck are we doing, battler? Canon-sen, a smiling face is also part of a servant's duty. My apologies. I shall make an effort. Well then, I still have work to do. If you'll excuse me, my curfew approaches. After another perfunctory bow, he turned around and started pushing the wheelbarrow again. Just then, the wheelbarrow suddenly wobbled and fell, scattering the load. I guess the wheelbarrow's single wheel got caught on a pebble and lost its balance. What do you think you're doing? Now, clean it up quickly. Doesn't he have to go to school? He's 16. What kind of anime doesn't have school? He seemed to be fine with the light-looking gardening tools, shovels and such, but he looked like he was having trouble getting his arms around and lifting up some sacks of fertilizer. You'll dirty your garments. I miss 13 Sentinels. Don't worry, the ones I'm wearing aren't that expensive. Besides, I hate guys who just sit there and make the waitress pick up the fork they dropped at the restaurant. Who the fuck does that? What? I lift up the other bags that had fallen. It's quite heavy. Oh, here, George is here to save the day. Oh man, George is so strong. Man, he really picked all that stuff up. You'd be great at loading things and pushing wheelbarrows. But liking pushing things isn't enough. I'd rather stay in business. Yeah, you're right. It's natural that it would be difficult for you. Don't worry about it, Ken-kun. Ooh. Oh, we don't have a George bit. Oh well. You're too harsh on him, Goda-san. Shouldn't you have helped him instead of being a bully? That was wrong of me. I deeply implore your forgiveness. Without even a twitch in his smile, Goda-san apologized elegantly. Ken-kun has a ton of things he's good at too. Like paintballing and snowboarding. It's just being young that works against him all the time. It's a crying shame. Seagull crying shame. Well, it's a prickly age. Let's just leave him be. After all, closed-mouthed servants are the best kind. Isn't that right, Kumasawa-san? Ho, Rudolph-sama, you truly are harsh. There is no servant as silent as me, of course. Everyone smiled wryly at that obvious lie. Everyone. Even she herself didn't believe that, not in her wildest dreams. So she must have set its light in the moon. Yeah, no shit! Yeah, that's the kind of character that fucking hell. That's the kind of character Kumasawa used to be. The one stiff atmosphere cleared up at once thanks to Shield for Smile. Knowing that one of the people that worked on the mod for this game is sitting in chat while I relentlessly shit on it, it really fills me with fucking cringy determination. Cannon watched over a hedge. As the guests all entered the guest house. Must have been a pretty short hedge, I thought, as he hadn't had his growth spurt yet, whereas I, Battler, had a growth spurt, and I was now a towering 5'11". Then he let his eyes fall on those heavy stacks of fertilizer piled up in the wheelbarrow. They're not fertilizer. In his mind, he kept going over his previous mistake. Battler, big and strong, had picked up the sacks in front of him. The sacks Cannon couldn't lift himself, as if they were feathers. Why are we with him now? Or is this Battler thinking of what he would think? 99 is genuinely good, says Annie for Prez. Yeah, I wonder if it would be a fun experiment. It would take too much time, so I wouldn't do it. It would be a fun experiment to do to measure all the anime games that we've played and see where they are in the plot at the 3-hour mark. Because I'm pretty sure 999 had some bullshit and we had some cliff, but interesting stuff had happened. There had been some bowel movement at least. It's still in the bowels, but there's moving, but here it's like, this is fucking glacial. Holy shit. You're not even a slow reader. You just keep going on side 10 just because I'm fucking bored, my weeb. That's part of the parcel. Yeah. Although you are right, yeah. You'd have to remove the tangents. Anyway, sorry. Can you put on adventure mode? This is adventure mode. Muttered words escaped his lips. El Saikon grew, but those words he murmured were so soft that they didn't reach even his own ears. What? How are you such a weeb that you can't even hear yourself whisper? Holy shit. Weeb among weebs. I remember the rose garden, but I don't remember this guest house at all. Was it built recently? Yes, 6 years ago. I guess you could say my own house was upper class, but to me, it felt completely ordinary compared to the head family. Oh, so your commoner fucking lifestyle slumming it suddenly is kind of upper class compared to this. Alright. Leave it to the rich kid to not know that they're rich. Eva-sama, Hideyoshi-sama, please do make use of this room. Rudolph-sama, Kairi-sama, please take this room here. All the rooms seemed to be for 2 people. I was grateful since I wasn't going to be forced to share the same room with the old bastard under the pretext that we were family. And anyway, I figured those two wouldn't be able to enjoy themselves with someone like me around. Hi. Yep. What's with that creepy smile? I'm sorry, are you thinking about your dad fucking your stepmom right now, bro? Like are we just went there? What's with the creepy smile? You're thinking about something dirty, aren't you? Hi. Something dirty? Of course not. Please enjoy your stay. Ow. That hurts, you old bastard. Once again, Dad pulled my ears from behind. Cut the crap. I'm getting a stomach ache and I'm not in the mood for this. You deserve this, bud. You're the guest of honor this time around, so play as nice as possible with Dad and Aniki and the rest. Are you? At the very least, be careful of what you say in front of Dad, got it? Because he shut himself up in his study again, probably doing nothing but that weird black magic of his. What he does for a hobby is his own damn business, but when he starts stinking up the house, it really gets on my nerves. I wish he'd never come out of that study again. Hee. You shouldn't talk like that about the elderly. We're all indebted to him since he rebuilt the Ushi family. We should be more grateful. You know what, George? You're right. Yep, George, as usual. Well, sorry. After being roped by George himself, Jessica had no choice but to take back her thoughtless remark. And George, being the Chad that he was, didn't gloat. The Ushi family was wealthy beyond belief, but of course that meant all its members were a bit strange and completely out of touch with the world at large. And at the top of the chain, yourself included, and at the top of the chain, the family head, our grandfather, seemed especially strange and terrifying even for our family. From the stories Dad told me, the family head was a violent man who ruled with his fists, beating his children, even his daughters, mercilessly with a wooden sword. What? If he was so strict and uptight about that, why couldn't he have been a little more conservative with his kids' names? Oh, by the way, I didn't fucking bitch about the fact that you have to buy this game twice. Questions and answers arc? What if I want the answers before the questions? What if I eat dessert before dinner? What if I brush and not floss? What's that about? What? Yeah, you have to buy it twice. It comes in 2 parts. Did you buy the answers yet? No, I don't have to buy the answers for at least 12 more years. What the fuck are you talking about? When They Cry 3 and 4? Oh. It's a series of 8 books? What about the other ones before it? I guess maybe I don't understand the format that it was released in originally, so maybe that's why. Those are Higurashi? Oh, so the weeb earlier was talking about the stuff before this. So what you're trying to say is that the pacing has gotten better as it's gone along. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't understand. This is an improvement. All right. Anyway, 6 years ago, I was in elementary school, but I'm a high schooler now. George, you've been the family darling since like forever because of your awesome grades, right? Still am, bud. Grandfather treats us completely different. I've even got slapped with a wooden sword. On my ass. My ass. On my maidenly innocent ass. Well, you're the heiress of the head family, Jessica-chan. Grandfather is giving you special attention. You've got to realize that his strictness reflects his high hopes for you. You should be grateful for those smacks on the ass with the wooden sword. You know what, George? When you're right, you're right. Ooh, Oni-chan. Battler-kun, I heard you're going to be with me in this room here. Oh, we get to room with George? Nice. Ooh. 6 years. Hee. Oh ho. As we gathered in the room assigned to his cousins, George and Nikki asked us to excuse him for a second. He rushed over to Kumasawa-san, who was following behind the disappearing adults, and seemed to ask her something. He soon finished his business and came back. What's up, Nikki? Nothing. I just wanted to ask her something. Mysterious? Tell me too. Hee. What could George Nissan be asking Kumasawa-san and not me, I wonder? I don't have a clue. No, it's a misunderstanding. Not that I know what you're misunderstanding. Nikki was getting pretty tongue-tied. It was almost as though he felt guilty about something, and Jessica knew exactly what he was worried about. At any rate, it's no fun if Jessica gets to know about it and not me. Yeah, it's true. Hey, Maria, looks like we're the only two out of the loop, right? Don't you want to know what they're talking about? Ooh, we want to know too. Ooh. I fooled around while oohing together to Maria. No, I'm telling you, it's no big deal. Then just tell us then, liar. I'm surprised you tell such a terrible lie, Nikki. I thought you'd be better at lying. George, who's good at everything, confess. Maria, you tickle his right side, I'll tickle his left. Ooh, I've got his right side, Balor's got his left. Ooh. Wait a second. Wait, you two. Stop. A warm, cozy kind of fun. George, what were you asking Kumasawa-san? Well, I've got a good guess. It's been a year since the last time he visited the head family. Who knows what servants might have come and gone during that time. Either way, it looks like he'd like to go and say hi. Ooh, say hi? I want to say hi too. What the hell is something to feel guilty about, Nikki? I'm not buying it. Maria, don't be fooled. Nikki's still hiding something. More torture. What's going on right now? Stop it, seriously. I'm just on autopilot waiting for this to resolve. Holy shit, Maria-chan, you too. Stop already. If this was a Madoka watch-along, we would already be done by now. Yeah, because we would have got banned for the upskirt shots. Yeah, I know, yeah. I would rather be in that reality. By the way, Natsuhi Nissan, how's your headache been lately? It seemed pretty serious before. I have been much better lately. Oh, new character! Babe, wake up. Oh, that is very different. Holy shit. Actually, you know what? It isn't. Why did I say that? Oh, because I couldn't see the boobs before. That's why my brain's decided that. Oh, this is blocking a little bit. Maybe that's why. Our battler will have his exams this year too. Our stepmom. Okay, yeah, our. Okay, Rudolph-san, shouldn't you be a little concerned as well? For the sake of your own son, you'd better get serious to the point of having headaches like Nats Nissan. If I say anything, he automatically rebels. So what should I say? Should I say the opposite, that it's okay for him to mess around? That's probably the only way I could get him to listen to me. Hideyoshi, George did really well in his exams, right? Please, you gotta teach me the trick of handling children. Well, you care about them. That's what you do. Fuck, out of luck then. Study isn't worth anything on its own. That's right. The real point of studying is to practice researching stuff on your own whenever you bump into something you don't know. I'm not talking about math or writing. You gotta learn how to learn. This is true? That's splendid. I wish our Jessica could understand that as well. If she is to be the heiress of the Ushi family, then at this rate, do you really have to force her into becoming the successor? After all, a woman has to find a woman's happiness. Parents shouldn't force such things on their children, don't you think? I think you should get her to give it up and give it to our son George instead. He'd be way better suited. Excuse me, your tea is ready? Oh, Shannon-chan, it's been a while. Oh, this is why Kusuro likes it. Okay. Oh, you have the insignia. Is that a tattoo? Oh, Shannon-chan, it's been a while. You keep getting prettier every time I see you. Oh, thanks. Blushy crushy? Save the chatting for after you've set the table. The tea will get cold. I apologize, madame. Hehehehe. The ineptitude that delayed the tea, the clumsiness of the servant, everything pointed to the incompetence of Nats's everyday leadership, making her lose face. My god. Good thing George isn't here to see this, is what I'm thinking right now. Good thing. Lay off, Nats. Don't you think it's a little harsh to bully Shannon-chan when she's trying her best? And on her birthday? I'm not bullying anyone. What a nice aroma. May I ask what brand this is? I'm terribly sorry. I'll find out for you later. By this point, Eva was audibly giggling. Eva's kinda nuts. What's this? Shannon-chan, don't you even know what you're pouring us? Come now, you mustn't serve something so suspicious to guests. We'll need a silver spoon at the very least before we can drink this. I'm sorry, I'll go get one immediately. Shannon-chan, do you know what silver spoons are used for? Stirring? They have to be silver. Do you know why? No. They say that if silver is touched by poison, it darkens. Giggle. Guess you've learned something today, Shannon-chan. So someone's gonna get poisoned. Okay. They were acting as though this tea needed to be tested for poison before it could be drunk. In Nats' eyes, this was an insult to both the tea and to herself for serving it. Alright, so everyone hates Nats. Alright. Damn, what did she do to deserve this? Rudolph laughed flippantly and patted Eva's shoulder. Haha, silver cutlery wouldn't do you any good for you, and Neki? Just one lick of your poisonous tongue and even a silver plate would turn pitch black. Wahahaha! Since I get to hear that poison tongue every day, I must be poison-proof myself by now. Eva, I don't mind when you use it on me, but you better hold back when talking to people who haven't built up a resistance. Wahahaha! My, how cruel. All I did was teach Shannon-chan a bit about tea, didn't I? Giggle. Everyone follow... Okay, they're tactfully telling you that you're being really rude. Respond. Please respond. Don't be sad. You didn't do anything wrong, Nissan. You were watching. That is my role. I watch. Oh, were we you? So sometimes we're you. Madam and Eva-sama can go to hell. Oh, but the worst coward is that guy. Cannon glared hatefully in the opposite direction of the parlor. Who? Me? It's okay, Cannon-kun. Thanks. I'm not bothered by it at all. Cannon's silence vividly expressed the distance between Shannon's words. Holy shit. get it, because the story is basically like, just in case you don't understand what just happened, let us spell it out for you, and just directly. Oh my god. Between Shannon's words and how she actually felt. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Even if you're the only one who understands, I feel a bit better. You keep your feelings to ball up, Nissan. I wish Silent Hill 2 had taken that approach, then I would have understood it. Damn. You know what, there's 3 characters on the screen. It's so different, isn't it? Such a different vibe. Why is his hand like this still? Why are you elbowing her boobs? From the shadows in the hallway, an old woman wearing an apron watched over them. It was Kumasawa. Poor Canon-san. There's no reason for those two to be picked on. Still, Goda-san's dislike for them is an undeniable fact. Okay, so we're her now. Or maybe we're just switching between different ones, which is fine. This game is our origin of Resident Sleeper. Hey, stay tuned. 4 years later, we're going to be doing the next part of it. Are we even going to finish an episode today? I don't know. Truly, the master is a man with many sins on his conscience. I feel so sorry for them. I can't do anything but watch over them from the shadows. I need to make myself feel better. Let's see if Battler will grope me. Oh, shit! Something happened! Did you know this is longer than the Bible? You know what else is longer than the Bible? The 4 of us cousins were enjoying our stories, just shooting the breeze. Is the Bible even long? I've only read parts of the Bible. Is the Bible a long read? Do you put Old Testament and New Testament together, or are you just talking about New Testament? It's like 700,000. Is it really? Wait, hold on. You must be adding Old Testament and New Testament together. What about the James Webb version? What about the... Sorry, I made myself laugh. What version of the Bible are you talking about? Why wouldn't you add the testaments together? Well, I mean, I guess you're adding the questions and answered arc of Umineko, so yeah, you should, I guess, right? But the New Testament is like... The Old Testament is like, here's shit I used to believe, and then God was like, nah, scratch that. New Testament just dropped. Ignore all that shit. We're now on this version. I think that you should just read the New Testament. No, the Old Testament is just like, whatever, it's fine. You don't need the Old Testament. That's not how it works, Joe. Okay, first of all, it's all bullshit, so it doesn't work at all. Second of all, our atheism is coming out, alright? Gonna be Hitchens a ride over here. The Old Testament has this... Yeah, the Old Testament is when God was kind of like pissed off and moody and going through puberty, and then New Testament is like, you know what? I've cooled off. Right? It's alright. I got new rules, I count them. I don't think you need to read the Old Testament. Is the King James Version really... What? I have held a Bible in my hand in the past, and it has been tiny, and the text wasn't that small. There's no way that was 750k words. So what I had an abridged version, I guess? What was I holding? Isn't New Testament the Jesus arc? Also known as the Answers arc, yep. God asked a lot of questions in the Old Testament, and then Jesus showed up and answered them. Yeah, pretty much. Thin pages, the pages were pretty thin, yeah. We have a Bible, hold on. There's a Bible on the shelf here, I'm sure of it. No, that's an Anne Rice book. I mean, same thing. There's one somewhere. I don't know where it is. Anyway, let's keep going. 6 years. You haven't changed a bit even after 6 years. Even though your body's gotten gigantic, you're still a kid inside. Nah, I'm a kid too. I'm a kid too. Well, even you aren't going to be a kid forever, are you, Maria? I mean, you're going to transform from a kid into a cute young lady, aren't you? And when that happens, that flat as a board chest will reach Jessica's level, huh? Is there an update from Mouse? Update from Mouse? Were we forewarned? Sire, cliff approaching. Brr, brr, brr. You're gonna hate this part. Get through it. Apparently there's a Bible anime. My weeb, we're reading it right now. This is the worst it gets, says Ironwrath. Xenoblade 1 isn't like this. Xenoblade 2 is, though. Like coffee with milk. The chair agree. Oh, it doesn't agree. Well, that's a new sound. Holy shit. It's a promise. Oh my god, when that happens, you gotta let me touch him, okay? I didn't even read that part. I checked out after this. What the fuck, dude? Let you touch him. Promise. Ooh. No, Maria-chan. You can't make that kind of promise. That's bad. Why are you mad at her? What? Fucking punch him. I promise, so I'll let him touch him. I keep my promises. Always keep them. Ooh. Maria, you really are an earnest good girl. The guy you marry is gonna be really lucky. Hey, stop trying to change the subject by making it sound pretty. Maria, that promise never happened. Never. The promise is cancelled? Ooh. As I thought, without Battler-kun in our little quartet, this group of cousins just didn't feel complete. These 6 years have been kind of lonely without the pervert. That's true. We didn't really goof off like this. That's true. We had some jokes and fun times, but we didn't go to sexual harassment of a minor. That's true. Oh, I'm so sorry. Now that I'm here, we just talk about stupid stuff and mess around. Ooh. Pardon me. Your meal is ready. A timid knocking sound and the equally timid voice of a young woman came through the door. Jessica answered brightly. Shannon, come in. You remember Battler, right? Jessica, oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Boobs in a maid uniform are coming in. Oh my fucking god. You know what? For your cliffhanger, I did my time and I want out. See you next sleep. There stood a servant girl who must have been about our age. It's been quite some time since we last met, Battler-sama. It's nice to see you after 6 years. My, how you've grown. It's me, Shannon. Trembling a little as she noticed me, she bowed deeply. Ah, Jessica had me surprised, but look at you, Shannon-chan. You've turned into a total beauty too, haven't you? You are too kind. Is the new one blushing too? Oh. See, here it's like, maybe I'm a little uncomfortable and I don't need to say anymore. I'm just putting up with it. But with here, it's like, oh, Battler-kun, that was such a nice fucking thing that you just said. Tell me more. I'm so fucking blushy crushy. Like, it changes the tone of it completely, right? And he's like, oh, look, I'm such a fucking Chad. Look at me with my fucking spray tan and fucking hair. And here it's like, I'm a kid that's just trying to flirt for the first time. Like, it's so different. You were too kind. Still, the food on this island must be really nutritional, huh? What are you eating and how are you training to get boobs up? There it is! There it is! Guess I'll have to feel them a bit and see whether yours or Jessica's are bigger, okay? With both hands poised and saliva dribbling from my mouth, I closed in. For the sake of justice and my personal honor, I'd like to point out that I don't suffer from some strange disease that makes my lymph nodes itch until I scratch my neck open and which can only be prevented by fondling breasts. That's just a Battler-style method of communication. If I slowly close in on her like this, odds are 8 or 9 out of 10 that I get slapped or clobbered, right? Worth it. So I can use this Battler-sama ritual technique to spark a gag like that and break the ice. Well, it also means I really do get to touch them on that 1 in 10 chance though, right? Like, that had ever happen. At that point, my hands were less than a centimeter away from Shannon Chan's boobs, but the counter-strike had yet to come. For no reason at all, let's go to new images. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, she blushed and lowered her head in embarrassment when she realized what was going on. But she just stood there with both hands pointedly joined in front of her, not even trying to resist or cover her breasts. George, take the fucking wheel! Please, my god, hey, I wasn't planning on this. But please, hit me right now, or I'm seriously gonna... Which is why I was glad that Jessica chose that time to drive her elbow into the back of my head. Unfortunately, she sent my nose right into the middle of her breasts. Gah, thank you so much, Jessica. What the hell are you thanking me? Seriously, my bad, Shannon Chan. I almost got overwhelmed by your hypnotic chest. More importantly, anyone who gets that close has got to be a molester. You've got to fight back when people do that. Does he have a tongue piercing? Oh no, it's the fucking period. Okay. But you are an important guest, Battler-sama. Ooh. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Is that a plot point? Or is that just more perverted? Oh. Oh, that's really bad. I don't know. Now look here, a pervert's a pervert whether he's a guest or not. A girl's chest has got an air defense identification range of about 10 centimeters or so. I'd say even more than that. Once someone trespasses within 2 centimeters, that was down to 2. In a second, you'll be touching them. That's already an invasion of airspace, so you better scramble the jets immediately and give them an instant slap. I couldn't do such a thing because we are furniture. Of course, she didn't want her breast touched, but if a guest so desired, she was prepared to sacrifice herself to suit their wants. Does the BDSM, the M in BDSM stand for mansion? What's going on here? A girl like this, that's not fair to BDSM. A girl like this needs some urgent protection. What the fuck's going on here? To think such devoted girls still existed in this era. I promise this makes sense 200 hours later. That doesn't help me, Kusaro! That's fucking 36 years from now! It doesn't help me! It's enough to make a man dizzy. But no! I'm coming at you with a perverted face again. Mock me down. Look out, pervert on the loose. This guy can't end until you deliver the punchline, so slap me, please. Hit me. I cannot fulfill your request because I'm furniture. But if it were an order, I'd obey you because that is my duty. Ha ha ha, then I'll make it an order. The next time Battler tries to touch your breast, counterattack with a slap. Got it? Yes, as you wish. From now on, that's what I'll do. Please understand, Battler-sama. Shannon Shan announced this while bowing elegantly to me. Her expression was radiant. I gave her a thumbs up. I gave her a thumbs up. Sure, I was fine with that. I feel like we're kind of glossing over the furniture line, everybody, but, George should be picking up on that. Maybe he already knows, but the rest of you are kind of young still, so I get it. She's a long-term servant who served here since she was 6 years old. Her appearance had changed so much that I couldn't match... Oh, so she's only 16, and we were doing the boob-grabbing thing. Oh, that's the same age as Canon. So Shannon and Canon are the same age. Are they twins? For no reason at all. New image and clear. Alright. We're back in about 5 minutes. Alright, I didn't realize how cursed this looks. Completely clear with no text on the screen. Oh, sugar. Oh no. Okay, let's Joe, can we get a plot summary? There's a wealthy family that lives on an island isolated in the world, and maybe they got their wealth from some deal with a golden witch or something. It hasn't really been clear on that. The character up here, the grandfather, the patriarch of the family, they're the Ushi family, and we're coming back for a meeting that happens every year where the family gathers for some reason. He's about to die, and I don't know who's getting the inheritance, probably this line up here. And that's it. And that's all that's really happened so far. There's been some interpersonal stuff that I can't go into, but apart from that, like, our mom, that we're this person, or honestly, as the story goes on, we might stop being this person. We're this person for now. 95% of the time we've been this person. We're following their perspective. And his first wife, Azumu. Okay. Our mom is dead. So we have a stepmom who we actually have a pretty good relationship with. So we're about to see some orange text on a black background maybe. And we don't have a really good relationship with our dad because he wears shoes like this, but maybe he's not as bad as we think. I don't know. And there hasn't really been much said at all, really. George is the favored one, and honestly, we're not even bitter about it, which is kind of weird, to be honest. Like, no one is calling out George being the golden child out. No one gives a shit. Everyone's happy that he's a golden child. There's some bad things with the servants. These two, oh, they're twins for sure. The same nose, same eyes. Absolutely twins for sure. What the fuck is this? Oh, interesting. That makes it... Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just the art style with those two. Huh. Anyway, so we're at the island. It took us a long time to get here, mostly because I kept talking about Jurassic Park. We had to go through the airport, the plane ride, and then on a car, and then on a boat, and then walking up the island through the fucking rose garden, and then to the guest house, and it's been a while. Nothing has happened yet, and that's okay. I want to make it clear that I'm bored. I'm not gonna lie about being bored, but I'm also trying to entertain chat, and I'm also reading out loud a lot, and it's strenuous. If I was reading this on my own, I would be a lot further into it by now, and I might be like, you know what, I can skip through some of the parts. This is not a great format for, you know, consuming VNs for some people. For other people, it's a great format because they want to hear it narrated by someone, or they want to hear some introductions, you know, it's like or they're re-experiencing it again with the community. So I understand that there is some allure, but for other people, it's gonna be a little dull. Please continue watching. But like, yeah, it's not going to be the most fair format for judging a story, and this goes for any VN, even Steins Gate, even though I hate Steins Gate, and I think it deserves it. Sorry. It's still not a fair format, you know? You might really enjoy it on your own. You might really enjoy that story in a different medium. Like, I hear the anime is a lot better than the VN, although a lot of people think that the VN is good too. But yeah, we'll continue for the next hour at least, and then, you know, I'll see you in 2028 for Umineko Wednesday on a Leap Day. Especially in her breasts. Oh, for fuck's! That shy harbor always been there, but she did seem to have developed the allure you'd expect of a girl her age, especially in her breasts. Yes. That kid we met earlier, Kanon-kun, is her little brother. He's not exactly my little brother. Still, he loves me like a big sister. Oh, whenever there are twins, you always have to know whoever came out first is technically the older one. That's a rule of twins. As a fellow man, I understand how moody you can get at that age. It's no surprise he's unsociable. I get called that all the time too. I get called unsociable, just like Canon. Ooh. Shut up, Wendy. Giggle, you aren't sociable at all, Maria. Oh, Maria, that's the thing. Okay. Ooh. Speaking of reading on stream, Homestuck Day is coming in a month and a half, and some new readers on Jazz are reviewing it positively. Oh, that's nice for them. Yeah. Are they going to move on to books afterwards? Books are pretty good. Not mine, though. How did they build things like this in remote locations? How does that happen? How much work has to go into like shipping all this stuff over? It must be quite an ordeal. Like, respect. Yeah, money, but like I mean, like logistics. Like, how big are the boats? Like, is it like big, huge boats to transport over, or is it like lots and lots of like ferries back and forth with the smaller boats? I guess it's about the money, but yeah. Like, you ever seen shots of some like European castles that are built up in bumfuck nowhere in some forest? Like, how long did that take? You know, like, holy shit. Generally, those get built with nearby rock. No, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe they source a lot of it on site. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably thinking of it wrong. According to Jessica, Midwinter was especially tough with all the drafts. Haven't these people ever heard of kotatsu? I know what that is. That's one of those things that it's like a coffee table but lower, so you sit at it and it's like at knee height, and you can dig your feet and legs under, and it's nice and warm and toasty. I know what those are. Those look good. Ooh. Genji-san, it really has been a while. You look well. Thank you. I've been quite well. And I'm glad I look it. 6 years? 6 years ago. As we passed through a massive hall that extended up into the second story of the mansion with no separating floor, I spotted something that hadn't existed in my memory of 6 years ago. A painting? What is this Final Fantasy VI intro? Yeah, painting! Called it! Called it! Alright, what's this? So, just who is this lady? Ooh, I know. She's Beatrice. What? What's Beatrice? Beatrice? What? Beatrice. She's a witch. Didn't you ever hear stories about her long ago? A witch? You mean the witch of this island? I think I already said this, but Rockinjima is a small island, only 10 kilometers in circumference. However, that's actually pretty massive considering that only the Ushi family lives here. So only the harbor and the area around the mansion were set up to be lived in. Beyond that, the island remained as untouched as when it was uninhabited. The vast and empty forest has absolutely no lights, phones, or people passing through. To understand how dangerous that is, you need to forget your common sense as a city dweller. After all, if you happen to fall down a hole in the depths of the forest and sprain your ankle, no one would come save you, no matter how much you cried or screamed, like a seagull. Then, once the sun went down, the forest would be wrapped in complete darkness, since there were no streetlights, and since there were no signs, it'd be easy to get lost and confused, losing your sense of direction inside that dark forest. Nowadays, most people see a forest as a peaceful place, but to the people of bygone eras, before the light of civilization drove out the night, forests were as geographically separated from civilization as the sea. They were oceans above the ground. Okay, this does not sound like something fucking Battler would say. So what is this narration right now? Fishermen who go out into the ocean are putting their lives at risk despite their technical knowledge. In the same way, hunters who go out in the forest are in danger despite having specialized knowledge of their own. Is it really Beatrice? He said Bea what, so I'm thinking it's Beatrice, but I want to say Beatrice. I'm saying Beatrice. Fuck it. Beatrice, huh? When Aniki mentioned it, I searched my memory and was sure I recalled hearing a name like that when I was little. I see. Still, I totally forgot that the witch in that legend had an elegant name like Beatrice. So, did grandfather go out of his way to have a portrait made just because we grandchildren didn't believe the story? She's the witch from grandfather's delusions. Ever since he had this picture hanged, he's been having a harder and harder time telling the difference between truth and fantasy. To us, she's just a witch that exists in grandfather's mind, but to him, she's a being that exists on this island. Exists. He says he had that painting made because the rest of us would be incapable of understanding otherwise. The whole thing's creepy as hell. Okay, I wonder if there actually is gonna be a witch, or if it really is just all delusions. That would be interesting. So far, nothing supernatural has happened. Or if there has been, I haven't caught it. Okay, milady. This portrait is precious to the master. He's hooked. Weebs! Umineko Weebs! Umineko Weebs, we're winning! Oh my god. Oh my, let's go into spoiler chat. Oh my god, he's getting hooked. Oh my god. He might continue. It might become a weekly feature. Oh my god. Are your glasses always fogged up, or is it... Oh. Okay. I like this pose better. Man, he's more of a Chad in the new ones, huh? Only a small portion of this island was controlled by the Ushi family. All of the lawless remainder was the domain of the witch Beatrice. You might even call her the true ruler of Rockenjima. I felt a faint revival of that unsettling sense of misfortune, which I'd felt when I learned of the tutelary god's shrine being struck by lightning, and I remembered that Kumasawa-san tried to tell an ominous story about Rockenjima before Jessica stopped her. I don't know what she was planning to tell us about this island. I do know one thing. I want to squeeze these boobs. Even though they're a portrait, I'm called to them. The dining room, which looked exactly like you'd imagine a rich person's dining room to be. Had a super long table that was obviously positioned with no purpose other than to make the guests conscious of their rank. This is a really good example of there's a really big difference between being good at writing plot and being really good at writing prose. Enough of you, and I trust Kasoru's opinion on some things, enough things, let's say, that I believe that the story probably does have a good mystery, which means it's probably well plotted and it has stuff going on. But when it comes to like the prose, the writing of it, like the paragraph construction, you know, how things are worded, diction, whatever, however you want to call it. I'm not being very specific, sorry. I'm doing it poorly right now too. It's really amateurish. It's not really great. And that requires a fair amount of refinement, usually a lot of editing as well. Like this paragraph, oh shit, I just spilled tea all over myself. This paragraph is basically saying what? Like the same thing 3 times? 2 times? Could be a translation thing too. Yeah, probably, but I think that the length of the game probably means that it's not. But yeah, it could be, sure. You should read Homestuck. It's a lot better in both prose and plot. Oh, Balder posted that on his alt account without checking. Oh, how embarrassing for Balder. Like the scene earlier in when Eva was needling Nats through the servants. I thought that was actually quite well written. There was stuff going on there that wasn't immediately obvious. The way that the characters were talking and the pointed questions, like you could get a sense that something else was going on. You know, it was direct. It wasn't wasting time. It wasn't overly flowery either. That was a good scene. I really liked that scene. But then it gets into this mode where it feels like I think a lot of writers don't have the confidence to just skip over the parts that they just really don't need to fill with text. The confidence to be like, you know what, I can just say a sentence here instead of 3 paragraphs, and that's it, I'm done, I can move on. Or I could just skip over this completely. And then you'll have these like flashes in between where they get it, they understand what they're doing, they have a lot of confidence, they have a really good idea of what a scene should be, and they write it beautifully. And beautiful writing doesn't mean like you're using some big word or like you have some great metaphor or whatever. Sometimes, like we just saw with that scene, it can just be showing a character needling another character through conversation, interaction, and showing them up without having to spell it out, you know? This kind of like bridging scenes with just relentless description and just being like, I need to fill this space, I need to fill this space, I need something to happen here, is showing that there's a lack of confidence in those parts, I guess. Although if you would look at a narrative structure, sometimes you want a scene to breathe. Like, okay, I want this big plot point here to happen in this box, and in the next box I want there to be like a lighter scene that will give the other time you to think on the other one, and before we get into another heavy plot point. And what happens with a lot of anime games that we have on stream is that it's really annoying that that lighter box ends up being some stupid perverted bullshit that ends up taking up way much more time than it should, probably because the writer was like, hee, I think this is funny and I'm going to expand it. And that can be kind of annoying. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling at this point. So far, the writing has been pretty bad in terms of prose construction. In terms of the story construction and what's going on with the mystery and everything, I think it's not that bad. I'm interested. I want to see where it goes. They're setting some stuff up and I can pick up what it's putting down. And that scene with the dinner scene was the first time I'm like, oh, actually, this is pretty interesting. And the witch stuff is interesting as well, but I like witches. And something else that sounds like witches. Anyway, sorry, let's continue. From the perspective of someone facing the incipient's chair head-on, the seating order went from left to right, with the lower ranking seats progressing in rows of 2 further away from it. So the left-hand side of the first row, closest to the incipient's chair, was where Uncle Cross should have sat, since he was the second highest in rank. It looked like he hadn't yet arrived, so that seat was empty. Across from his chair on the right side of the first row sat the eldest daughter of the family, Aunt Eva, who was the 3rd highest in rank. Okay, so again, this is an example of something that's kind of bad, whereas this would be a pretty good scene actually if this is where we were first introduced to these characters, or it was the second scene with this character, but we've already established like the pecking order of these characters, we know more about them, and now we're just kind of repeating that again. I don't know why. Just more formally, more in depth, I don't know. Maybe it's going somewhere, we'll see. Left-hand side of the second row was the 4th highest in rank. There sat my damn dad, Rudolph, the 3rd of the siblings. Across from him on the right side of the second row sat Aunt Rosa, the youngest sibling. At this point, you might expect their husbands and wives to come next. But nope, the left-hand seat in the 3rd row, rank number 6, belonged to Jessica. Opposite her was George. I sat next to Jessica, and Maria sat across from me. And then finally, next to me on the left-hand side of the 5th row sat Aunt Nats, the 10th highest in rank. Really? She's 10th. Okay, see, now this is an interesting tidbit. I like this part. So I guess my criticism would change now from this scene and showing the pecking order is fine. It's just maybe we should have skipped over an earlier scene, or an earlier scene should have been a little more brisk. Because if you're doing this here, and this seems to be important, it's giving us new information, maybe we shouldn't have had a part earlier needs to be removed, you know? And that's something that you can do in editing a lot, where you're like, okay, let's move it along. There's you know what? I'm talking too much. Let's keep going. Umineko Wednesday on a leap day is precious time. I can't ramble. Opposite her was Uncle Hideyoshi. Next to Aunt Nats in the 6th row, in the final seat of the left-hand side, sat Kairi-san. The seat opposite Kairi-san was empty, even though silverware had been there and everything. Oh, because Nats was married into the family. Okay, that's why. According to this ranking system, that spot, so even though she lives here, so she's not blood related. So, you know, on the table, according to this ranking system, that spot was where Aunt Rosa's husband should be sitting. Normally, ranking systems of the sort give spouses equal positions as their partners, but the Ushi family's system was unique. Spouses have no blood ties and are therefore placed at the end of the line. It's terrible, but by the system, my grandmother would be ranked even lower than me if she were still alive. In their youth, they obey their father. After they get married, their husband. After aging, their children. There's the old saying, women have no home in any realm. Long ago, when I was still incapable of figuring all this out, I thought it was so great that we could all chat in little groups, adult siblings with adult siblings, and cousins with cousins. However, now that I can re-examine the seating order after growing up a bit, it stirs up some very complicated feelings in me. This is actually pretty good. Aunt Nats, who was married to the eldest son and was the de facto number 2 in managing this family, sat to my right, which meant that she was 2 steps lower than me in the ranking order. It was hard to imagine that might be going on inside her heart. That's why I made a small apologetic gesture towards her before sitting down. How nice to see you, Battler-kun. You've grown quite tall, haven't you? Oh, yep. 6 long years of eating well, sampling various cuisines, and deriving sustenance from Mother Earth's bountiful gifts. Hard work, but I pulled through. Growing just like a boy, I see. How tall are you now? Guess about 180 centimeters. But Aunt Nat's, that's where you're supposed to say, heck, sounds like all you did was eat. Huh? Oh, giggle. I'm sorry. After a short pause, she did laugh with me, but it seemed like she couldn't quite figure out what she was supposed to be laughing at. Oh, it's like me in chat. This woman is Aunt Nat's. She's the wife of the eldest son of the family, meaning she's my father's older brother's wife. Fucking hell. Is it simpler to just call her Jessica's mother? Yes! Yep! It feels bad to say it like this, but while I didn't exactly dislike her, I didn't particularly like her either. Neutral. Grandfather's pretty late. As far as I can remember, he was always strict about time. Well, that might have been true 6 years ago, but it hasn't been that way lately. In fact, he's off in his own little world, so often he doesn't even show up at the family meals. So what, you just don't eat? Still, I figured he'd at least come down today. Then again, I feel a lot more relaxed and happy without him. Jessica. When her mother scolded her, Jessica stuck her tongue out and looked away. No way around it. How does this look? Is there actually... Ooh. Ushiromiya Kinzo, the aged family head of the Ushiromiya head family. I am Arthur, said Arthur. Oh my god. What a line. Oh, I hit the microphone. I'm sorry. Oh. With his spectacles on. Nope. The knocking against the study door had been going on for a while. A voice calling father sometimes mingled with the knocks. As Kinzo heaved a deep sigh, he snapped shut the old book in his hands and slammed it on the table. Then he yelled at Cross, who was still knocking on the door. Silence. Enough with that racket, you fool. Who told you the door would be opened if you but knocked? I'll crucify the imbecile. Do you wish to suffer the same fate? Uh-oh, father. This is the day of the family conference, which happens only once a year, is it not? Everyone's gathered down below. Please come out. Molest me not. Just who is this everyone of which you speak? Do you mean the fools trying to drag me out of here? Then kill them all. Tear them apart, use their bodies for firewood, and feed them into the witch's hearth. Put a pot in that hearth to boil the wormwood. Force the imbeciles who dare try to lure me out of here to drink the broth of the apocalypse. I will soak their dregs in liquor. Ah, where is Genji? Call for Genji. Have my demonic absinthe prepared. Alright, Hamlet, calm the fuck down. Alright. The whispering of the green fairy reaches me no longer. Ah, where is Genji? Bring him here. Humph. Who the fuck are you? Oh, you're Kraus. It looks like he hates me to the core. Alright, let's see what you really look like. Oh. Well, well. Why? Why is there always something in my way? I would throw it all away. I would offer up everything, and there's only one thing I ask in repayment. Oh, Beatrice. Oh, he's crying. Oh, damn. Alright, but this looks kind of like more of like a sad, like, crazy cry, and this looks like I'm fucking furious and unhinged. Oh, Beatrice, if I could see your smile but one more time, I would plunder the smiles of the earth and offer them all up to you. Oh, commanders of the legions of locusts, reap the smiles of the earth. Cough, 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 cough. Everything is filthy. Everything is irksome. Why must I suffer this impediment on this most precious of days? Cough, 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 cough. Cough, cough. Call for Genji. Cough, cough, cough. I have no idea what he's yelling about. He's probably lost his mind by now. Master, it is Genji, said Genji. Genji? Why have you kept me waiting for so long? You're alone, I trust? Correct. I am alone. Kinzo returned to his seat in the study and pressed an old-fashioned switch on the table. After a small delay, the heavy sound of the door unlocking could be heard. Oh, that's hardcore. What? Is that the only way to unlock the door? Because Agatha Christie's getting excited. Kinzo had outfitted his room with a formidable lock, preventing anyone from entering without his permission, and thereby sealing himself in jail of his own make. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, okay. Inside the study, the mysterious collection of books gathered by Kinzo had grown into a mountain. They were bizarre, ancient, or banned books, all of them either forbidden, cursed, or sealed. What? What do you mean, cursed? If you tried to call them old books, Kinzo would fly into a rage and say, call them grimoires. It's not a book. It's a grimoire. It's not an anime. It's a hentai. Inside that study, Genji prepared Kinzo's usual drink with a well-trained hand. No one would even think of drinking such an ominous dark green liquid in that complex or an ornate glass unless someone first told them it was alcohol. He poured a little into the glass. Then he placed a cube of sugar in a strangely shaped spoon and poured water from a pitcher over it. Strangely, when the transparent water was poured, the dark green liquid turned a cloudy white. It was a strange optical illusion, as though the water had caused a chemical reaction and made the drink become even more unrecognizable as liquor. Then Genji added original flavors Kinzo loved, fine-tuning its taste. There was no recipe. Its success was measured only by Kinzo's mood swings when he drank it, and it had taken Genji many decades to learn how to do it right. So, a recipe. Here, master. Thank you. Kinzo had regained his composure and was now unrecognizable as the shouting, screaming, yelling man from a few moments ago. Looking at this man from behind as he tilted his glass and gazed down at the scenery beyond the window, he projected a sense of dignity and intelligence. To allow Kinzo to set his glass down any time, Genji motionlessly waited behind Kinzo and to his left as though he were a living sideboard. Like, half of this is just actually unnecessary crap. And the other half is decent to good, actually. It's hard to judge, though, because the other half is just, what are we doing? It's strange that it's like half and half. You know, well, maybe it's more than half. I don't know. It's like Lord of the Rings. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Until now, you have served me exceedingly well. My sons called me eccentric. The servants that were once many have all quit in fear of me. Only you serve me even now. Your words are more than I deserve. My life will not last much longer. And my sons are vultures, lazily waiting for my inheritance to fall into their hands. Cross is a fool who squanders money like water, who throws away 2 gold coins to obtain 1, and then he has the gall to claim that he's earned money. Eva is a slave to money who thinks of me as a mere chicken. Chicken. When I die, she plans to use my bones to make a broth. Oh, okay, alright, makes sense, alright. That dunce Rudolph just wants to fool around with women. Rosa bore the baby of a man who came from nowhere and about whom we know nothing. He's not even here! Jessica's incompetent and uneducated. George has none of what it takes to be a man. Battler is a fool who threw away the honor of the Ushiromiya family, and Maria is obscene to the eye. What? Why is the Ushi blood so incompetent? I mean, it's your blood, bud. Is there no one worthy to inherit the glory I built? Of course I know. This is part of Beatrice's curse. I know it. Ha, you golden witch. Are you trying to take revenge against me in this way? If you want to hate me, then do so. If you want to run away, then run. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. Won't let you go, won't let you go, won't let you go. You belong to me. You must always be in my arms, for all my life. You must stay in my birdcage for all eternity, whispering only to me, Beatrice. Why won't you smile back at me? Oh, Beatrice! Oh! After howling, Kinzo choked once again. Genji set the tray and glass down and rubbed his master's back. Genji's facial expression did not change. It was always like this, because we didn't have a different sprite. Cough. Ugh. Thank you, my friend. When his seemingly deranged fit subsided, Kinzo regained his composure once again. It was like seeing 2 different people, a wild Kinzo and a composed Kinzo, living together inside one body. I know, yeah, we just saw it. Many miracles that happened in myth might be called the crystallization of shocking magic power, with a low probability of occurrence and astronomical risk. If only I were capable of grasping that miracle. Oh, Beatrice, Beatrice, show me your lovely smile once more. No matter how much time passes, your face does not vanish. I just want to see your smile, that is all. I'll return everything you granted me. I'll return all the glory I've gained since that day. I don't need fortune, prestige, or gold. I'll return everything you gave me. I just want to see your smile. I beg you, Beatrice. Oh! His nonsensical yells became a scream and then a wail. Kinzo slumped to the floor, tearing at it with both hands. Genji had no choice but to wordlessly watch over his master's lamentations. Danganronpa is good. Is it though? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the family head's health is not at its best. He seemed extremely sad not to be able to share lunch with you all, now that you've all gathered for this event that occurs but once a year. Goda, let the lunch begin. I thought we couldn't eat if you didn't show up. Couldn't he have at least see us in, let us see his face? This is the T-Rex going stealth mode all over again. It's more a problem of mood than a physical condition, and for that, there is no medicine I can prescribe. I mean, there is. Most of it's illegal. How far are we away from the Kakali? I want to see the Kakali. A full chapter? Oh man, that's like a couple leap years. Holy shit. Lunch started with the family head's seat still empty. The man who should be sitting there had already grown old, and the brilliant glory which he had rebuilt the Yoshiryu family within the span of a single lifetime was being forgotten. Even though they were beginning the meal with that seat still empty, no one felt it was that odd anymore. Oh, Alright. It's 1:30 now. The absence of the man who was the source of all this trouble, regardless of the reason, probably made today's lunch taste much more delicious. The phrase, while the demon is not around, everyone can relax, comes to mind. Never heard it once before in my life. Anyway, let's introduce Jessica's father, whose face I haven't seen for 6 years. The man sitting to my father's left is his older brother and Jessica's father, Uncle whatever. This name is sure as easy to read. Kraus. Such a different vibe. Can't believe how different it is. I have a feeling there's going to be parts where you'll get pretty angry. Oh, we've already had a couple. They haven't been plot related though. They've been pervy weeb related. Finally, even though he hasn't shown up, let me introduce our grandfather. The person who should be sitting in the incipient's chair is Ushi Kinzo. It really sucks. Everyone else in the family has these weird names, but he's got this perfectly normal one himself. Weirdest name out of all of you, bud. Oh, wait, no, your name is literally Battler. My bad. You have the weirdest name. You can't really tell grandfather's story without covering that pivotal event back before the Showa era. 1926 to 1989. All right. Of course not. Until the Meiji, 1868-1912, and Taisho, 1912-1926 eras, the Ushi-Romiya family was great and prosperous. They owned several spinning mills, making them rich enough to just double over laughing every day as the money kept rolling in. Incidentally, grandfather was a member of a branch family and had pretty much nothing to do with the main family. Not only was he way down the list of people who can inherit the headship, he streamed it, but he had hardly any contact with the glamorous main family. However, during the Great Kanto earthquake, the mansion owned by the Ushi family in Odawara was flattened. The spinning mills in Tokyo were all burned down in a huge fire, and the Ushi family lost most of its wealth and family members in an instant. So once they started trying to figure out who the successors to the Ushi family should be, they apparently found no one remaining except Kinzo in his branch family. In Kinzo's later reminiscence, okay, so this is another instance that they're pointing out of like pecking order in the family and who's the most important, kind of like a presidential line. So this was important in his history. It was also important at the table. Okay. Grandfather was able to revive the near dead Ushi family in about 20 years to a level even higher than it had ever been before. Damn. With that, you think he'd revive the main family in Odawara, but for some reason, he went and did something as crazy as buying an entire small island in the Aizu archipelago. Who doesn't want their own private island? I challenge anyone. If you had the money to live comfortably on your own private island, and you don't have to deal with anyone's bullshit, and you can get food there or anything, who doesn't want their own private island? Like, come on. Buying an entire island is not something you can do or you can ordinarily do today. However, grandfather was clever. He contacted GHQ and applied for the establishment of a marine resource base. He acquired this island as a business opportunity, then tossed that project aside and claimed it as his own plot of land. Yeah, that's probably not legal. Whatever. Money gets through it. He now had the western mansion of his dreams, overflowing with emotion and atmosphere, and a beautiful garden featuring all sorts of roses. And he had a private beach where nobody other than himself would ever be permitted to leave a footprint. This would be a dream come true for any boy. Exactly. After that, he made good use of his huge fortune, becoming a large stockholder in the extremely stable iron and steel industry, and was able to live an easy and comfortable life just using the dividends. Well, he's just that incredible. This kind of person usually has the ability to foresee and predict the future, or at least that is how they're portrayed after the fact. But grandfather denies all of that, repeatedly saying that he was simply blessed with extraordinary luck. Okay, so my read on this is that he made a deal with the witch, kind of sold his soul or whatever, to revive the family. Why is he so fucking arrogant and high and mighty about all of his family then? If he's fucking like, he didn't get it from skill or anything like that. He just said, hey witch, I want to be successful. And the witch was like, all right, there you go. What a dick, man. I think that it's kind of hard to decide what would be more interesting. That there's some sort of supernatural slant with a witch, and it's going to be like, okay, how's that going to work? Or, and it probably is that, to be honest, but like having like a fake out with like, oh, it's supernatural, it's the occult and all that shit, but really it's an old man that went crazy and deluded himself into thinking that there was some deal when really it was actually his own success and a bit of luck. That sounds interesting too. Like uncovering that sounds like it could be a fun time. I wonder which it is. Too bad we're never going to find out. He filled the study with suspicious books, chemicals, and magical items as it became increasingly bizarre. Anyway, that agitated period was an age of big gambles with both opportunities and risks. Let's say grandfather was born in this time period. I mean, he was. He would have had no opportunities and would probably have advanced. Oh, I see. Advanced like a chess piece from mandatory education to college at a leisurely pace. Unless he got en passant off the board. I hear chess. I say I know en passant because I know what it is. Those are the rules. Do you know? Never becoming more than an average salaryman. Okay, that's enough about the old geezer. More importantly, let's talk about this incredible lunch. I'm already convinced by that sashimi salad appetizer. Goda-san's an excellent chef. Plus, these fish were caught in the adjacent seas, weren't they? They're totally different from the sashimi you get at the supermarket. I know sashimi from Stardew Valley. I've made some sashimi in my time in that game. Hey, quit it, battler. Your upbringing will be exposed. Everyone let out a big laugh. Ha 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 ha. Let's egg on him about the boat again too. Damn it. You say that even though you love those cheap pubs. Ha 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 ha. I've eaten at many unusual places because of work, but this stands right up there with the best of them. I'd be willing to bet Gouda-san used to be pretty well known in those circles. Oh, George, you're such a Chad. As Gouda removed the empty plates, he began to recount his own bumpy past without losing his smile. I fucking hate this character. This world is a difficult place. However, thanks to the madame, I was given a chance to display my skills as a chef once again, this time for the Ushi family. Although I enjoy experiencing the smiles of a larger number of people, I also find it quite entertaining to perform more delicate work that can please the limited number of those who have employed me. All this is thanks to the opportunity given to me by the madame. Goda-san respectfully bowed his head toward Aunt Nats. That's because you were the most talented of the applicants. The decision was purely objective, not based on personal feelings, so there's no need to thank me. Dang, why does Aunt Nats always have to sound so indifferent? I fucking love Aunt Nats! Holy shit! Normally, during a high-class meal like this, you're supposed to wait for the chef to extol the virtues of this particular meal before eating. However, Maria was completely indifferent to strict rules like that, and so she got excited by this beautiful and delicious-looking dessert, jumping into the fray as soon as it was placed before her. Oh man, no wonder the grandfather hates her. Wow. Whoa, one of the sauces was sour enough to make you pucker up. If it were yellow, I'd have suspected lemon, but I couldn't guess what kind of sourness would be red. Maybe it's dyed lemon. Shannon, what kind of sauce is this sour stuff? I don't fucking know, battler. While Aunt Nats made a gesture that seemed to indicate an oncoming headache, Kumasawa-san, who was sitting at the table at the opposite seat, began to chuckle. Ha 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 ha. What do you think we made it out of? Ho ho ho, it'll shock you. Human entrail. I don't have a clue. Wait a sec, Kumasawa-san. That laugh's pretty creepy. So what is it? Don't tell anyone, okay? Listen very carefully. Kurosawa-san leaned across to the other side of the table. Their interest caught Jessica, George and Aki, and of course Maria also put their ears closer. It's piss. What? Quickly, what is it? See, the sour part is made from juice squeezed from a mackerel. Ho ho ho, ugh. What? Mackerel? That's crazy. We all thought, horrified. Only Maria accepted it, nodding sagely. Ooh? Mackerels are sour. This is what comes out when you squeeze them. When Maria started clamoring that mackerel were sour, the adults were unable to contain their laughter. Wow, so fucking funny. Only Sorry. Only Aunt Rosa, her face red, whispered to Maria that mackerel is sour only once prepared as shimisaba. Yeah, you idiot. How do you not know that? Maria should play 12 minutes. The rose petals scattered across were selected just now from that very rose garden. The sauce is a combination of 2 red, strawberry, and rose hips. Please enjoy this mixture of strawberry sweetness and the rose hip sourness. What the fuck is a rose hip? With that said, please enjoy. Whoa, man, a rose hip. I always want to applaud before eating. Just like with medicine, reading the detailed description first seems to make it work a whole lot better. As Goda-san elaborated on the details of this dessert, it started to feel even more appetizing. Seriously, should you call him subtle or just talented? The dessert was probably planned from the beginning, but taking the hint, when we all stopped in front of the rose garden earlier today, he displayed an incredible and timely awareness by just adding a few rose petals from that garden. Okay, and yet you couldn't get the tea done on time? Dude, what's your angle here? Did you make a deal with the fucking witch too, and it's just like shit just happens? Like, how are you this talented but couldn't get tea done? Once you return to the sweet sauce, all of the sourness in your mouth would be replaced with an enjoyable sweetness. Oh my god, George R. R. Martin, it's fine. We don't need to just fucking go. I'm sure everyone else felt the same way. You know what? That's not fair. It's building his character a little bit, and it's like an actual example of how the atmosphere is in the house. It's better than a lot of the other scenes we've seen where they waste of time. I take back. I retract my criticism. The more I read Umineko, the more I find myself retracting earlier criticism. Madame, did you know? Did you know? Favorite character so far in Umineko? I actually quite like Us when we're not being a pervert. And I was gonna say it was somewhat interesting that he was scared and wanted to be stopped when he was being like that, but at the same time I think that was just a joke that didn't land very well. I don't think that's a plot point. I like Us when we're not doing that. Of course I gotta give it to my boy George. Like, holy shit. Like come on, that's the GOAT. For no reason at all, where is she? There we are. For no reason at all. I don't know. Like, no character is really sticking out to me so far. But the most entertaining and interesting character has probably been Eva for just being so cruel to Nats. That was the best interaction. But that's the most interesting thing that's happened by far. I don't know. I don't think I really have a standout character. Ha. Hey, later on, why don't you tell me how they're treating you? Or if you can't, just let me know what sort of salary you'd like. Having your talent confined to a small island is sacrilege to humanity's cooking culture. What do you think about working your craft for my company and delighting all our customers? Ha ha ha, Hideyoshi-san, are you trying to steal away our Gouda? Now that won't do at all. We'd better start treating Gouda better or he'll get snatched up. Yeah, you better. Giggle, yes you should. If you don't, someone's gonna grab him and you'll be stuck with 3 meals of Kumasawa style mackerel cooking a day, won't you? You guys are gonna keep living here even when grandfather croaks? Really? Wahahaha. Everyone let a huge laugh. According to Jessica, Kumasawa-san's mackerel jokes were a running gag that her parents had long since gotten used to. Kumasawa-san often claimed that mackerels had precious nutritional value which could slow aging, make people smarter, and more. Supposedly, while it couldn't stop the outer signs of aging, it helped prevent it on the inside. Since she was still spirited enough to tell these kinds of jokes at her age, there must be something to that theory. Ho ho ho. In that case, if you'll excuse me, prepare yourself for tonight's dinner. I'll be cooking plenty of mackerel dishes for you all, so you better look forward to it. Alright, here we go. Another hearty laugh. Wahahaha. We sure will. Can't wait to get all puckered up from tonight's shimishaba, whatever the fuck it is. That sounds wonderful. I wonder if they'll be serving any good Japanese sake. Oh, we certainly will. Haven't you heard of Rockin' Jima's famous mackerel, Sochu? Wahahaha. It was pretty funny to watch Goda-san, who looked like his show had totally been stolen, explain in a serious voice that we would be having calf steak for dinner. Oh, Goda-san is very upset. Very upset. Kumasawa-san, thanks for doing that back there. Ho ho ho, I haven't done anything that requires thanks. Back when Battler had asked about dessert, Shannon had unfortunately hesitated. There may have been several ways to dodge the question, but all of them would have required some quick wits. Shannon, who hesitated when hard pressed for a response, was always suffering because of this small weakness. If only Shannon had a little craftiness needed to cleverly shake off a mistake like Gouda, her life would have been a bit easier. Okay, what was the mistake? That she didn't know how it was made? Or was his answer bullshit and she had to cover for him? Or I think it's probably because she didn't know, but Battler Khan, why don't we all go for a walk outside? Okay, is it time for the perverted interlude? Here we go. Go ahead and take a look at the roses or something, but keep a close eye on the weather. The sky's still clear, but the weather report we kept on talking about rain. Ooh, I want to go to the beach. The beach. Oh, fucking hell. That sounds wonderful. Playing on a sandy beach isn't something you get to do often, is it? Ah, good point. Okay, let's all go to the beach then. Beach episode. Let's go, let's go. Battler Khan, make sure you keep an eye out for Maria-chan, okay? Sure, leave it to me, mommy. Hey, you're pretty obedient and cute yourself, listen to Kairi like that. Why don't you also listen to me obediently for a change? Ha! Hell no! Let's go, everyone. Come on. Shouldn't have fucked over my mother, who's dead now, if you want me to listen to you, Dad. See you later. The children flew out of the parlor. That's also an interesting angle, actually, that he's on better terms with the new stepmom than he is with his own dad. Even though, like, he could easily just be like, you know, fuck you, stepmom, you replaced my mom, who my dad didn't take care of. He's like, yeah, I like that, actually. That's a good subversion of the usual kind of shit, right? Evil stepmom, whatever. Maybe it turns into that later, who knows? But the fact that he's like, you know what, you're here, it's not really your fault what my dad did to my mom, whatever, like, you know, we can be friends, I guess, you know. That's interesting. I hate repeated conflict that's just like the easy way to get the drama in the story going, you know? Like, oh, I fucking hate my stepmom or my stepdad or whatever. Ha 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 ha, Rudolph's family certainly seems close. It's a wonderful thing. Quit it. We're no match for your family, Aniki. That's true. You've raised Jessica-chan to be so adorable. I imagine that's yet another fruit of your talents at education and training, Natsuki-san. Thank you. Ooh, Nats answered coldly. Ooh, this is the best thing in the story so far. Oh, man. She hates her. Everything she says, Nat's like, what the fuck is your angle? Oh, the conversation broke off then and the parlor fell silent. We'd better get started on our main topic while the brats aren't around. Let's kill Grandpa. Last year, his life expectancy was estimated about 3 months, which I guess means he's got negative 9 months left now. Should we take that to mean it might suddenly happen anytime? The family head is still alive and well. The fact that you'd bring up such an inappropriate topic under the light of day makes me doubt your sanity, Rudolph-san. Still, Nats, this is the sort of thing you can't put off until after something happens. He's still healthy now, which makes this the perfect time to talk about this while we still got time to plan. It's just a bit of financial etiquette, you might say. It seems father is the focus of everyone's concern. Dr. Nanjo, could we hear the details from you? That appears to be what everyone else is waiting for after all. Fucking Nanjo's here? I didn't know Nanjo was here. Dr. Nanjo, how is father's condition? Well, to begin, allow me to start with a revision, since my estimate last year that he had only 3 months left was not borne out. I can by no means confirm when he will pass away. A human's life is supported by their body and their minds. If the body is weak, the situation becomes more dangerous, but if the mind is strong enough to compensate for that weakness, the effects of one's condition can sometimes remain in a subdued state. So you're saying that even if his body is weak, his mind is still firm and spirited? Kairi, sorry, but please stay quiet for a bit. Ooh, I'm sorry. That is correct. Why is your eye closed? Well then, Doctor, I know you can't give anything more than a prediction, but what do you think about father's chances living until this day next year? That's quite a rude question to ask about the family head. Nats jumped on Eva, not even bothering to hide her astonished expression. Eva stared back daringly, but Hideyoshi realized what was going on and tried to smooth things over with a forced smile. Ah, Nats-san, forgive her. Eva, choose your words a bit more carefully, okay? I'm sorry. I was just so concerned about father's condition. Giggle. Is that so? I hadn't realized. Dr. Nanjo, please tell us, for the sake of the... Ah, shit! So for the sake of the beautiful love of a daughter, worried about her father's lifespan. Nanjo, please say 3 months. Be a Chad and say 3 months. Has Dr. Nanjo been examining him? I can examine his condition, but if I try to recommend medicine or hospitalization, he refuses to listen. I've really only been able to look. I'm sorry, so you just, like, thought he was, like, 3 months to live just by looking at him? Dude, just trust me? What? So to sum it up, he's still expected to live 3 months. There's no way to guess how long he'll continue to live while still on the verge of death. Humph. To be perfectly honest, I have to disagree with Dr. Nanjo. I find it truly difficult to think of father as a person so sick that he only has 3 months to live. His yell is as healthy as ever, and I still get chills at the thought of his fists raining down on me. Pushing the care of your father solely on the shoulders of the eldest sibling is far from fair. Ooh, ha 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 ha. In the next world, get born after me. Oh, damn! Wow! Holy shit, Rudolph! Okay, let's get back on track. It's definitely not too early to start talking about Dad's assets. Father's personal funds probably reach as high as several 10 billion yen, right? But it's not as though that's all neatly gathered as ready cash. It's not as simple as simply cutting a birthday cake with a knife. That's an interesting way to put it. That's right, you sometimes get strawberries or chocolates on top of the cake, making it hard to cleanly cut into it in equal parts. Given that, don't you think it's important to discuss beforehand how best to stick the knife in? Wow, you're all vultures, he's right. I cannot understand how you all can openly discuss this as though the family head is dead even though he's still alive. Come now, don't you see how important this is? After all, when the time comes, the inheritance of his fortune must be carried out immediately, right? You know what though? It doesn't sound like he was a very good father. So can you blame them? like beating them with the wooden sword and shit? Like... Moreover, the glorious Ushiromira House's wealth is vast. Don't you understand that careful discussion is necessary beforehand? There's a huge difference between this family's resources and your family's wealth. How rude! My birth family has nothing to do with this. Give it a rest, Eva. Nats, forgive us. Pardon her rudeness. Yoshi tried to smooth things over by glancing at both with a forced smile. A lot of forced smiles from Yoshi, and it only resulted in making the hostility between Eva and Nats even more intense. It seems I'll just get in the way if I stay any longer. Please excuse me. Nice. Nanjo rose from his seat and exited the parlor. To an outsider, it may have seemed like a normal act of courtesy, but his back was watched by several glances envious of his ability to escape. Oh my god. Pretty good scene, pretty good interactions, and then there's just like this nugget of shit. Like, here you go, that's for you. Like, here's like this fucking like rabbit dropping that we're just gonna put on the pillow. There you go, enjoy. You know, like, fucking hell. Like, oh, come on. After the doctor exited and his footsteps had disappeared into distance, Krause recrossed his legs. Why are you so eager, I wonder? Certainly, as you say, estimating and distributing the Ushi family's wealth is no simple task. In that case, shouldn't we make careful and deliberate calculations? It seems to me that you are all impatient to split up the cake tonight. Isn't that true, Rosa? What reason is there to be hasty? We aren't being hasty. However, we need to have an agreement between the siblings. It doesn't matter when we do that, but if the day father's condition worsens is approaching, discussing the matter beforehand hardly seems hasty to me. Rosa shot a glance at Eva and Rudolph. As the youngest sibling in the family, it was hard for her to be cross-examined by the eldest. Oh, is that your true opinion? I didn't expect that the most honest and pure-hearted of the siblings would say something like that. I wonder if those two told you to say it. Ooh, quitted Aniki. Rose is one of Dad's kids too. She's got as much of the right to the inheritance as the rest of us. It's only natural that she'd be interested. After all, Dad'll definitely die, and that's not something that'll happen in the distant future. On the contrary, Aniki, you're way too relaxed. It seems almost like you like nothing better than to turn the discussion away from the inheritance issue. What do you mean by that? Are you trying to accuse my husband of something? Calm down, Nats. Listen to what we have to say. Nissan, I hear the times have been extremely good lately. Yes, since last year we've been in an unprecedented boom and the yen keeps on rising. It seems that it's no longer a dream that the dollar will reach 100 yen. Also, the ruling party says that it will establish health resort maintenance law... What? Law by next year. At this moment, resort development companies across Japan are running about trying to gather as much funding as they can. You certainly seem to know a lot about it. Japan is about to experience an unprecedented boom. It won't be long before Japan becomes the economic center of the world. You've got a great sense of the direction of the world's moving, Kraus-san. At least there can be no debate about that. I feel the same as Hideyoshi-san. Aniki, you can read into the next decade of history. I'll bet you got that keen sense from Dad, and it's incredible. Do you know Beatrice? However, unlike Dad, the timing of your predictions has been a bit off sometimes, right? Nissan, you've been starting resort projects everywhere, convinced that Japan will soon see a boom, but almost all of them continue to fail. While I'm sure that the era you predict will soon arrive, it seems you misread the timing of that boom. You were too early. You then panicked and tried to sell everything off, which only opened the wound even further. If your nose was really so reliable, then there should be no reason for you to sell off your property. Is this proof that you mistrust your own ability? How dare you? Yeah, how rude! Oh my god, are you trying to insult my husband? You need to calm down. I kind of like you, almost everyone else, more than anyone else in this room for some reason. I don't quite know why, but you need to calm down. There's proof of your lack of talent right next to us. After all, Nissan, weren't you all excited about turning this island into a resort? You built a wonderful resort hotel and beautifully maintained garden. I'm just an amateur and don't pretend to understand, but you must have used a significant amount of money for that, right? And what is that to you? My husband's business is none of yours. Actually, that's not true, Nats. Rockinjima doesn't belong to Aniki, it belongs to Dad. Of course, the hotel does belong to Aniki, right? In fact, we'd be more than willing to pay lodging fees for tonight. What do you think, Rosa? Well, So there's a hotel here too? And a resort? Not just the guest house or is the guest house the hotel? If I can make it into a resort, this island's financial worth will rise. It is true that expenses have piled up, but we can expect a large harvest in the future. When that happens, all of you stand to profit as well, do you not? I understand that. If the value of this island rises, that'll increase our portions when we distribute the inheritance. If you understand that much, what about my business makes you so dissatisfied? We aren't dissatisfied, we're uneasy. In the first place, Aniki, when do you plan to open that hotel? Left this way, you won't get anything out of it except our grubby handprints, right? That's right. It's an important tool for your business, isn't it? Surely you can't keep it locked up until the moment you open it. Buildings go bad. I didn't expect these two to be like such a team. Buildings go bad if you don't. Oh, I'm kind of liking the game. God damn, it's not a game. I'm kind of liking the story. God fucking damn it. Oh, god damn it. I'm kind of liking it. Oh. It's kind of interesting. Fuck. I wish it hadn't taken 6 hours to get here, but it's kind of interesting. I like that this dynamic is so different than how they were acting in front of the kids in the airport. It's like, oh, the kids are away, and this time we finally get to see it, and then it's just like a boom, business. The tone is completely different. Like, they still feel true to how they were acting back then, you know? Like, I just hope the next 4 years pass pretty quickly, you know? Billings go bad if you don't use them and have to air them out every once in a while. Even so, it's a bit extravagant for a guest house that we only use once a year. Right, Rosa? Oh, it is the guest house. Okay, that's right. Considering how wonderful it is, I'm sure it'll become quite popular once you open it. Oh, so the hotel you keep talking about is the guest house. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. It's splendid. Just as Rosa said, if you were to open it, I'm sure it would become popular. I think it was a pretty good plan to turn it into a resort that could use the prospect of marine sports, fishing, honeymoons, and the like to attract customers. If I were the oldest son, I'm sure I'd have strained my brain looking for a way to make a profit off this island. But 2 full years have passed since you finished building, right? After 2 years, you still haven't had the opportunity to open it. Where's the managing company you entrusted it to? Impertinence. That is not my husband's fault. There's been some trouble with the company that this is completely normal, very polite, courteous fucking, like, this is fine. Shut up. There's just been some trouble with the company that my husband contracted with. No matter how you look at it, we are victims here. And yet, the rumors we've heard about this company you've hired haven't been good at all. Let's be clear about this, dear. Did you really think we wouldn't hear about how lack of payment, embezzlement, and other issues led to the project disintegrating mid-flight? We even have evidence. Oh, okay, so maybe she's hiding something, and that's why she's super defensive. Okay. I don't know what kind of evidence you think you found, but it's all baseless. I'll admit that in my rashness, the hotel was completely too early. However, it's not as though we're paying maintenance costs. It's a foundation that will eventually become immensely significant. I mean, there are people in it right now. Liar, I'll bet you want to liquidate it, but can't. After all, there's no reason for anyone to buy such an extravagant hotel on an isolated, empty island without any established sightseeing routes. And anyway, what about all the loans you made for this project? Even if you aren't how are you a part of this gangbang? What the fuck are you doing? Hideyoshi? Why are you... Shut up! Even if you aren't incurring maintenance costs, the borrowed money that you can't return just keeps growing. I will soon regain everything that I have lost up to this point. No, actually, all of the investments I have made up until now will finally return to my possession. That's right. Just like throwing away a small fry to catch a salmon, they will soon come back even bigger than before. I'll accept that. The resort business will probably see an unprecedented boom before long, though I don't know if it'll be enough to cover all your debt. However, Krausny-san, after all your failures in the past, who exactly do you expect to provide you with funding? And this isn't some small amount we're talking about. We're talkings about. You'll need enough funding to fill the massive hole you've dug. What are you trying to say, Hideyoshi-san? Ah, Nats, please don't get angry. We looked into this too. We checked to see who might have provided Krasny-san with enough financing to support his recent large-scale projects despite his string of failures. And we discovered that no such backer exists. The iron rule of the money roulette is that you bet against the loser. Aniki, you're a fairly well-known loser in this field. It's true that prosperous times are about to come, but when we looked for people who considered that enough to overlook your strings of failures and also had enough for the investment, we found no candidates. So, the big question now, damn, the whole ambush they had planned for this guy, what the fuck? So the big question now is where you got that money from. Ho. So sorry. Hi-ho. Now, isn't this intriguing? And? Your point? The dear, how long do you plan to let these ridiculous remarks stand? Sit down, Nats. Let's cut to the point. Aniki, you've been diverting Dad's private funds for your own businesses. There's pretty much no room for doubt. If you think we'd made some kind of mistake, please feel free to explain. Rudolph, don't call it diverting funds. This is embezzlement, plain and simple. Let me be frank, Nissan. What you're doing is embezzlement. You're betraying father. Man, I wish I knew enough about finance to know if it was embezzlement. I don't even really know what embezzlement is. I'm going to be honest with you. Of all you dare claim that he has betrayed the family head, you no longer have the right to straddle the threshold of the glorious Ushi Romiya family. Leave this place at once. Now. Get out. Said Gollum. Nats, who had already reached the limits of her anger, shouted at Eva in a rage. She then pointed alternately at Eva and the hallway, demanding that she leave. Man, Rosa hasn't said anything in so long. Eva took out a folding fan and fanned herself with it. That's what fans do, glaring maliciously at Nats as though silently daring her to repeat what she said. Hey, Nats? To whom do you think you are speaking in such a tone? I'm speaking to the exceedingly rude sister of my husband. As the person in charge of the main family's kitchen, I cannot overlook any more of this. In charge of the kitchen. Be silent, lowly maidservant. Ooh! Eva folded the fan with a snap and rose to her feet energetically. Compared to the elegance and playfulness she'd shown until a second ago, she was now unimaginably aggressive. How foolish, you stand down. Before Eva of the Ushiromiya family. You tell me to stand down? Me, Ushiromiya Eva, the third ranked in the Ushiromiya family hierarchy, and the one allowed to sit at the left shoulder of the head. Oh, damn. Know your place. I know mine. It's that chair. And then look at your shabby self in a mirror. Where is the symbol of the wing on your clothes? Where are you permitted to wear the one-winged eagle? Okay, that's where it is then. Aren't you nothing more than a borrowed womb to house the next successor of the Ushiromiya family? Understand your place, you common housemaid. Ooh, Eva's face twisted hideously as her words gouged into Nat's heart like talons wrenching at it. She is... damn! There were 100 ways Nats wanted to respond. However, her anger and sorrow crushed her throat, and none of those words managed to make it to her mouth. Her anger had nowhere to go and became a single hot tear that slowly dripped down. What's wrong? If you have something to say, please do so. Come on. Eva faced her with a provocative gaze. However, Nats could do nothing but tremble, her clenched fist quivering. Kras quietly broke that powder keg tension. Nats, leave your seat. You should go cool your head. What? Nats, resenting the fact that her husband had not come to her aid, shifted her focus of attack. Dear, don't you understand what they're saying about you? These people are basically calling you a traitor to father. They are making light of the fact that we protect the glory of the Ushiromiya family, even though we are constantly expending every effort to earn that glory from father. They trample all of that underfoot with their hateful rambling, and you don't even try to fight back. Why? I'm only standing up for us because you won't, but you've been putting the entire burden on me for some time now, and now you tell me to go cool my head? It's always me. Even though I've always considered the family's affairs so seriously, you've... Agra... Nats was already unable to hide tears. She flew... Sorry, I'm not a voice actor. She flew from the room in that state. After that, all that remained was a somewhat embarrassed mood about the parlor. I apologize for my wife. She's always been bad at controlling her emotions. It's even been rough for me. If that's what's been managing your household, you must suffer to no end, Nissan. Giggle, giggle. Oh. Poor Madame Nats. There's a deep enmity between her and Eva-sama. Explaining the relationship would be very trying for me as a woman. I don't think you need to. I get it. I get it. You do, for the love of God. Okay. So pretty much any time we're not in dialogue, the story has a 90% chance to be shit. Okay. The Ushiromiya family holds blood. Maybe a little less than that. The family holds blood in high regard. But if a woman marries and leaves the family, they are normally removed from the family register. Thus, under normal circumstances, Eva-sama should have been removed when she married Hideyoshi-sama. However, there is no one deserving of blame in this matter. The madam certainly bears no guilt. There is nothing to call it other than a whim of God. Kras-sama and Nats were not blessed with children for some time. After all, this is the male-dominant Ushiromiya family. A wife is merely a tool to create an heir. If such a wife cannot fulfill her only duty, she will not even be treated as a human. It pains me to remember how the master tortured Madam during that time. Back then, a wedding between Eva-sama and Hideyoshi-sama was being discussed. Eva-sama was sly. Taking advantage of Madam's inability to become pregnant, she gained the favor of the master. She inspired him to allow her to marry and give birth to a successor herself, making sure to avoid transferring her name out of the Ushiromiya register. There was a vast difference in the Ushiromiya hierarchy between Madam, who married into the Ushiromiya family and was treated like an outsider, and Eva-sama, who was related to the family by blood and whose husband took on the Ushiromiya name. Ooh. Furthermore, Eva-sama actually gave birth first, and to a boy. As for how much weaker Madam's position was than Eva-sama, well, I believe you could see for yourself. Yeah, we did. Man, George. I'm sure Madam is tormented by the thought that if only she had gotten pregnant earlier, the master wouldn't have accepted Eva-sama's request to keep her last name after marriage, and Eva-sama wouldn't have been permitted to act as arrogantly as she did today. However, that was not Madame's fault. All of the blame lies with God's whims and the stork that delivered Jessica late. Even so, Madame won't allow herself to see things that way. She probably can't help but cry bitter tears as a woman, and her inability to carry out the duties expected of a wife. Ah, how sad. I cannot do anything except watch over her from the shadows. What? Why are we going backwards? No. Go forwards, please. No. Man, the pacing's literally going backwards now. Okay, cool. So we're going to the beach now. All right, piss break. Hey, you can go piss for as long as you want because we are you done. Do. All right, so how far did we get? Are we on? We're not even on episode 2? What? Oh my god. Still episode 1. Oh shit. Oh man. All right. Anyway, so so far this is way better than Steins Gate, which is weird because I feel like the tone and the theme of Steins Gate is much more up my alley, but it just, I don't know, I'd have to go back and measure it, and that would then I'd have to go through with Steins Gate. It's just, Steins Gate was interesting, but the pace was so slow, and I feel like Steins Gate kept being a fucking cock tease where it was like, hey, we're gonna do something interesting now, and then it would do something interesting for like, I don't know, 10 lines, and then it would be back to Okarin, fucking Elsai Kanguru, here we go, like, you know, like complete bullshit, you know. Whereas this gets interesting and then it stays interesting for like a whole scene, you know. It's like it's pretty good, and the bullshit isn't as long. It is there though. Like there was like, I would say at least half of what we saw today, I think you could just actually cut it. Like, or if it's important for later in the story and I don't know, I think you could definitely trim it down, or you could combine scenes or whatever. Like don't get me wrong, this was not like incredible, but there were a couple of good scenes, I think. Whereas at the beginning of Steins Gate, there was like kind of the intrigue of what's going on with the time travel shit. I liked the scene where Mikizi gave the speech, but then after that kind of became a double-edged sword because it set itself up to be like kind of serious, and then it became Chinibayu bullshit for so long that I hated it. But yeah, this was pretty good. I feel like the characters are carrying it, and I like the characters a lot, and I like the dynamic. That scene that we just went through was really good, and it kind of came out of nowhere, but now I'm realizing that it really didn't, because the dinner scene before was setting it up a little bit, and I just didn't have any respect for the story because everything that we're seeing as Battler is just fucking bullshit. But now it's making more sense, and I like it more because now that the airport scene has taken on a new context where it's kind of like, ha ha ha, we're all wearing our masks here, you don't realize it, and then they come off. And they really held back showing Kraus for so long that it's like Kraus shows up and then almost immediately he's being ambushed, and it's like, oh, we don't even really know him. And also, you don't know if he's good or not. He's being kind of mean to the father, but the father's also bad. It's really hard to judge the morality of what's going on. Like, they all seem like they're money grabbing children that are out for blood and just want their father to die and get it over with. But then on the flip side, like, the father actually sounds pretty fucking awful. So it's interesting because it's like, maybe they're right to be like this. And I don't know enough about finance to know if you should actually be starting to split off the inheritance this early. And then it comes out with, well, actually, there's a bigger problem here, is that Kraus has got his fingers in it early and is spending it before they can even get it, so they're upset about that. So there is a really good reason to be there. So yeah, I would say it's actually surprisingly interesting, and I'm stunned that it got so interesting so quickly. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah. Anyway, such a shame that we can only play it once every 4 years. That's a shame. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, Battler Kun, that was such a nice fucking thing that you just said. Tell me more. I'm so fucking blushy crushy.